Hey, says Thomas in the chat. Welcome to Road to End Game. Or not Road to fucking End. That was a different show. Oh my god. Welcome to. Wow.
Speaking of time travel.
Speaking of fucking time travel. Speaking of fucking Lord. Welcome to Ranking the MCU. My name is Bronson. To the left of me is Aaron Reynolds. To the left of him is Emily Olslander.
Thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly.
Below her is Derek. To the right of Derek is Mr. Thomas Kane.
You can't see me, but I am here.
Yeah.
He holds very, very still, so he's invisible.
That's right.
I mean...
Yeah.
Look, they know what kind of show this is.
He spent his last 200 rupees on a tuna melt.
Oh, goodness me. You guys, this is a hell of an episode.
This is. We got 2 movies. We got the Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Avengers Endgame. We are 2 movies and 3 TV shows away from being done with this shit.
Damn.
God damn.
Time has flown, hasn't it?
Yes, it has flown by, but also this is the second time I have done this. So, you know, I'm loving it, but I'm also kind of like, Ray, like, okay, man, I could go for this to be done. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so, everyone, we pulled up our rankings, for the so far. From worst to first. There you go. Get a nice good look at it. And then this week we are going to review and rank Captain Marvel and Endgame. So, as always, what's that vibrating noise?
What is that noise?
I don't know.
There's like a vibrating noise coming from your side, Emily.
Oh, it might be my laptop. I got a new hard drive recently, so there's going to be a small buzz.
Oh, okay. That's what
it is. What it is.
Okay,
it is what it is. So.
Gotcha. Alright, so, hey, let's get started. Captain Marvel, what did you think, Aaron? Better, worse, or the same?
So, I watched this the first time in theaters, and I remember having a good time. I had a good time with what I had seen. Everyone reacted poorly to it, and, well, I mean, not everyone. Good portion of people did not react well to it, and I kind of see where they were coming from, and that narrative had gone on for a while up until the point where I rewatched this. I'm like, maybe it's bad. I'll go back in, and I liked it more.
All right,
fun time with that movie.
All right, Thomas, you better, worse, or the same?
So. The first time I watched it, probably had the exact opposite reaction as Aaron did. That movie was pretty bad. Yeah, lots of things just stuck out, and I tried to go in and give it a chance, and that didn't work out. So on the second watch through, I noticed all the bad stuff even more, and it hurt me. It hurt me that much more, and. I've only fallen asleep to 2 movies in my entire life. One of them was the second Transformers movie, and the other one was this one twice. I fell asleep the first night, and I was like, you know what? I'll try and tackle this tomorrow. And tomorrow came, and I passed out in like the first 30 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna restart it and go again. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
I just watched Transformers 2 the other day.
Oh man.
Okay. All right, Derek. Better, worse, or the same?
About the same.
About the same. Okay.
Okay.
And then, okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like this movie.
All right. And then Emily, your go.
I, like 2 of you, liked this movie when I saw it in theaters, as you do when you see it for the first time. But after the second time, no.
Interesting.
than I saw it the first time.
I remember thinking it was okay, bordering on kind of mediocre or bad in theaters, and going back and watching it this weekend, and very similar to Thomas, first shot, I fall asleep. So it goes with Thor 2 as other movie I have fallen asleep to.
Okay.
Thor 2 is still worse, though, because it got me twice.
Sure.
And yeah, this movie is bad. Most of it is bad. There are a couple of
There
bits
are
that
some redeeming qualities. There are some redeeming
there
qualities.
are some moments where you're like, all right, I'm feeling this. The hardest part, the hardest thing with this movie for me is like, dude, Brie Larson can't act. At least not in this.
Not she is alongside Sam Jackson or even Ben Mendelsohn.
Like, she is so wooden in this. It is, like, awful. And when she tries to be, like, charismatic, it just falls so flat.
Oh, it comes off so disingenuous. It's just like,
like-
reading the script on screen.
I knew people in high school that we hung out with that acted better than that.
I didn't see a problem.
I found her very charming, and I love her Nine Inch Nails outfit more than
Her Nine Inch Nails outfit's really good.
The outfit was great.
That was a good outfit. I will give credit to
That's
the team for that one.
Yeah, all the '90s stuff was real good. That was one of the positive parts of this
Yes,
experience.
definitely.
Wardrobe music, it was absolutely amazing.
Yep, the music
No,
A plus. They did it. So there were some good action scenes in there. Generally liked some of those, but man, this was first off, the first 30 minutes of this movie, like, there's already a big problem with this movie because it's like she's part of the Kree, but if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, you know the Kree are bad guys. So you're just like, okay, so what the
Was
fuck's
she
going?
not a bad
What's going on here? And then they try and paint the Skrull as bad guys, which in the comics they are, but in this universe they're not, as we find out. Which that twist felt a little unearned, especially considering everything that had been going on in the movie up to that point.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, it was a little lackluster
It
on
felt
the
like a twist. Like, it felt like a twist for the sake of there being a twist.
Yeah, pretty much.
As someone who knew the Skrulls were bad guys, I enjoyed the twist that this was entirely different. It's like, well, shit, okay. I can't rely on all my little knowledge in the comics.
I would have totally agreed with you at that point, Aaron, if it didn't feel like, almost like when they did it, it felt like they gave Ben Mendelsohn like two completely different scripts, and he was acting like two completely different characters. It was just odd.
I felt it worked.
Yeah.
I felt it worked. I don't know if we're gonna go through the minute to minute.
No, I don't. We're kind of time limited this week.
We kind of started late, and we started late
we started a little
with
late
Endgame
tonight.
in it, so it's like shit.
Yeah. I liked
I thought the character made sense throughout the movie.
I liked the Stan Lee cameo in this.
I love the Stan Lee cameo. As someone who is a huge Kevin Smith nerd,
Yes.
huge. Just seeing him read the Mallrat script was just, so
What wasn't this his last?
Yep. No, it's
cameo?
not. No.
I mean,
No.
obviously it comes in Endgame, but like, wasn't it? Because I remember reading about his appearance for Captain Marvel, and like it was rough trying to keep him going for that, and you can kind of see that in this.
I actually read some trivia on this. Apparently, they used a loop of that line, "Trust me, true believer,"
Yeah.
in Captain Marvel.
Right.
Apparently,
Oh wow.
Which makes me wonder how they got the Endgame thing, unless they did that before,
I would assume that they did that one before, but
or CGI technology. We see a couple in these both
we
of these
see it
movies.
all the
We see
time
some
nowadays.
agents.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So.
It was actually neither.
Okay.
It was Madness in the Method.
What?
It was a movie called Madness in the
Method to the
Method which was a documentary type deal about like, all kinds of like comic creators.
Oh.
Interesting.
But what about for the MCU?
For the MCU, I'm trying to find that out. Hold on. Keep talking while I figure this out.
I assume if you're looking on like IMDb or something, it'll say Endgame, because that came out last.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows what was recorded when? That's
Right,
what
exactly.
matters.
Like, how do you
That's
find
true.
out that information?
That's very true.
But
I think that was up though.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like I'm pretty sure he had quite a few cameos recorded before he bit the bullet.
Oh yeah.
When you get to that, when you die of old age, like there's a moment where it's like, okay, things are starting to shut down. We need,
Well, yeah. I mean, he was going to
So-
like his last year. He was going to less and less comic stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
I believe he had
Well, yeah,
gone
his
blind
wife
3
died.
years before. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Historically, that seems to shorten the age of.
So, it's between one of two movies, from what I'm reading.
Okay.
One of them is a superhero movie. The other is an MCU movie. The superhero movie is Venom,
Okay.
Okay.
and the other is Endgame.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I think Venom was
According
recorded
to-
before Endgame, so.
yeah. So,
Probably
It's just
Endgame.
weird though. His cameo in Endgame. I know we're not there yet, but like when you consider the way he appears in Mallrats and what he does in Endgame, it's just like,
right.
wow.
Complete,
Okay.
like, 180.
Right.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, that was. So, continuing Captain Marvel though.
Yes.
I think that movie. It's paced really weird. Like it's very.
That's the biggest criticism I can bring to Captain Marvel is that its pacing is very strange, and I can understand why someone, because it doesn't operate like normal pacing does, I can understand why someone like might want to wander. I did not. I actually had it on a second monitor, and about 30 minutes in, decided to shut off whatever else I was doing and put it on the main screen.
Yeah, I was checking my phone. Like, I watch these movies, like, I try and do it a theater experience. I turn off the lights, I turn off the fucking PC, and, like...
You have the snacks going, too, just to have
yeah,
that full theater experience?
like, I'm using any excuse to check my phone. Like, I'm, like, praying to God someone's gonna tweet at me. Like...
Put it on Do Not Disturb and just watch the whole thing.
Yeah, like... I mean... I like her chemistry with Sam Jackson. The most that's just because of Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
He gets along with everybody, from what I've seen. Everything that he's done, he gets along with everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I so there's that.
I'm sorry, quick aside, because Bronson's here. I know we're recording, we're doing a show and everything. Bronson, there was an E3 audio thing where Jeff and Adam Boyce and John Vignacchi got together. Did you tune into that?
I did not.
Apparently, there is a 30-minute video clip of because John Vignacchi was trying to do some like Disney Infinity thing, and they were gonna do Disney Infinity 2, and they were gonna bring Marvel in, and so they arranged a deal for Sam Jackson to introduce John Vignacchi and Adam Boyce for this video clip for a conference, and he was in costume for Endgame. And they just took him aside for a minute, and he'd been shooting all day. And he tries to pronounce Vignacchi's name and Boy's last name, and he just can't do it. And apparently there's a 30-minute video clip out there of him just getting progressively more mad at John and Adam. Just like, and it's so fucking funny. I hope we see it someday.
Oh man.
Oh lordy.
I want someone to find that video now, just so we can all see the glory.
It's so good. Apparently,
Right.
one of his lines is this for their real? Because he thought they were actors. It's like, is this for some fuckers real? And they're just fucking...
He would, though. He would
Yeah.
say some shit like that. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God, it's so good. Anyway.
Sam Jackson, you're a national Trevor. Never change.
Oh, bless. bless him.
Yeah,
Lord.
Samuel Jackson's fantastic. The aging tech for Sam Jackson in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
And Phil Coulson, because they had to
Yeah.
de-age him to
Yes.
make it look like he was in 95.
Right.
Yeah, I did like her end little bit of fighting there, like getting the fully
with
unleashed.
No Doubt I'm Just a Girl playing.
Yeah, that was real
clutch.
good. Once again,
Mhm.
real good on the music team.
Yep.
But for the most part, like, very poorly paced, very fucking boring. She's not likable.
Oh, she's the worst.
He's fine.
Are you guys saying you don't like her because of her how she acts in real life? Or
No,
her
like her in
performance.
this movie, like in this
Her
movie,
performance.
she is not charming or engaging at all. Like, you know, almost every other actor or actress they've picked for these movies.
And let's not fully put this on her. Like, some of the dialogue was
Yeah,
shit.
yes, some of
It
the
really
yeah,
was.
yeah.
It feels like she took a look at the script and was like, oh boy.
Like,
okay,
she-
let's do this.
She is way better in the next movie with better directors, better writers. Like, you can tell.
And
But-
Yeah,
here's
absolutely.
a big problem for Captain Marvel, and I think this is what adds to like this whole problem is that movie should have come out like years earlier.
Yeah.
It really should have.
Yeah, no, this
And-
being the movie that's like out 2 months before Endgame is weird. And
That's
it's
weird. It's so
and,
weird.
and it's like weird to watch this fucking movie and have the end credit scene be
Mm-hmm.
fucking like her, like, where's Fury? You know,
Mhm.
you know,
Just
like,
immediate like push you into the story, the biggest story that MCU's ever done. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, we shove this crazy powerful person in that we just revealed to you.
which to be
and
fair,
just got familiar with.
they only use her for like 2 scenes.
Which, yes, but
yeah.
again, like, of all the characters, of all the Avengers, she is the most powerful.
Yeah,
So
no, absolutely.
introducing that is a problem.
Like once again, her scene in space is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is some Goku ass shit.
It really
It's
is.
Goku ass shit.
And I will
I'm
say,
shouting this with a window open. It is Goku ass shit.
I will.
No,
Aaron, I think I heard you.
I'm.
I do want to pose a question. If you were to release this movie at another point, like, if not here, where would you release it?
That's a very good question. I have to go to IMDb for like a
yeah.
release list.
Like phase 2, like
I would probably
early
put it
phase
around
2.
At least phase 2.
Yeah, like
Somewhere early or mid phase 2, just to have that little introduction to.
Someone just has a website. It's just a URL that's dedicated to showing you the chronology of the movies. That's
Oh, there are
fantastic.
articles for that. Like, there's an article that
this
I
is
look through to find
Yeah.
the release date and how to watch it in chronological order
What-
by
look,
when the film takes place.
look, dude, I have that order memorized, and I have most of the years memorized. Which one are you looking for?
well. Now I just found out this website is going forward, and I found out some movies that were being made that I was not aware were being made.
That's neat.
Yeah, I don't know.
so
But
Where,
yeah, I definitely would put it in phase 2, just so we have that little tease
Look-
of an introduction to.
Like after, you know, because that's also like post the first Avengers,
Yep, it has
You
to be
know.
those first Avengers.
you know, so
Absolutely.
you know,
Why would
you,
we
you,
face
you
it?
get the idea that, oh, she's out in space also with
Yep.
Thanos and shit, so you can
Yeah.
add more to like, oh, what's Cosmic Marvel like? Like,
Right.
I think, because if you do her phase 3 like she is, it feels too fucking late. I think even early phase 3 feels too late.
See, one of the cool things about Captain Marvel happens in the last like 5 minutes of the movie, where you find out how the Avenger Initiative is started and how it's named.
Oh, yeah.
And that coming right before the biggest climax in the MCU is really cool, but like, and you don't want to introduce
It
that
seems too
necessarily
late.
too early either.
yeah.
You put it right before
that's
Age
cool.
of... this goes into phase 2 also. You put it right before Age of Ultron. There you go.
I think its best spot would have been, personally, I think it would have been right after Civil War.
So
But then
beginning
you
of
have,
phase
like,
3.
Yeah, right, beginning of phase 3, you have like all the tension building between all the Avengers, and then you do the introduction of
Throw
Captain
the wild
Marvel.
card of Carol Danvers in.
Yeah, you throw that. You throw that in right after that movie, and it seems like, all right, well, like the Avengers are having a shit fit, and you drop her in, and you have time to let her character breathe, and they
Yep.
could have even dropped her in like a couple
Huh.
other things.
How do you
Little cameos here and
feel?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
How do you feel about the cat thing?
Oh,
Fine.
Goose.
The cat.
Oh.
I think it's hilarious because they like think he gets his eye cut out by something really actually kind of badass at the
But
beginning.
instead, it's Goose.
Well,
It
yeah,
plays
like
into, as a fan of Winter Soldier, it plays into that motherfucker's a liar that's hiding shit. And
That's
it's a very
true.
humorous thing to lie about.
I was just like, I trusted somebody.
Yeah.
Never specified, so
Ah.
I think
Winter
a lot
Soldier's
of
good.
intrigue out of that
I
little.
think it kind of pulls away, like, but I didn't even think about what Aaron said, and it kind of makes sense. But initially, I thought like it kind of pulls away from like Fury's character, because there's a few things that make him seem like a badass within the MCU, but having him at such an early stage, and then he gets his eye ripped out by an alien Cthulhuian cat.
Which,
It's
to
not-
be... Okay, yeah, go ahead and finish.
I was just gonna say, it just seems like Marvel stepping on their own toes by kind of trying to make it funny. They kind of try to be like, oh, it's it's cutesy. Like he gets this cat rips out his eye.
Here's the one key point. I think that is fitting for the Fury that is shown in this movie. And I
right,
feel
but
like
does
the death
this
of that Fury happens at the end here.
Okay, fair enough.
That's interesting.
Okay, so what do we rate
gonna
this?
say-
What does everyone rate this out of 5?
Two. Sorry, it's not my favorite. I would probably put this higher than Thor: Dark World, but yeah, no.
Yeah, yes, the highs are a lot better than Thor: Dark World. It's not as bad as it or the Hulk, so I'll have to give it a 2.
My brain gives it a 4.
Okay,
I give it a 3.
Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with you guys. It's definitely a 2. Like the tension is ripped out with the whole Kree thing. Carol Danvers and like she has her moments. Like Brie Larson has like legitimate moments. Like the scene in the jet with Fury. Like that's a good moment.
Yeah.
When she drops down, and meets him for the first time, and then when they talk again in that bar. But for the most part, she seems just like she's just an asshole. Like there's no endearing qualities to her at all.
Yeah, like I think a perfect example of that is like that tape scene where Fury fucking figures out how to open the door with the fucking tape and the print,
Yeah.
and then next door she just lasers through the door as like,
Yeah.
you made me fuck around with tape when you could do that. Just like, I didn't want to steal your. I was like,
I didn't want to steal
I
your
think
thunder.
that's hilarious.
I-
No, dude, I
nah.
like that.
no.
It just,
I thought
does
that was
every-
hilarious. I laughed out loud.
Like I watched this movie and then I compare it to like all the other origin stories besides like the first Thor, and I'm like, this is the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
This is worse
Yeah.
than Iron Man
Yeah.
1. It's worse than Captain America.
Yup.
It's arguably worse than the first Thor. It's definitely worse than Doctor Strange.
Definitely. Doctor Strange was
It's definitely worse than Black Panther and Ant-Man. It's definitely worse than Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, like
Bronson's just going down the list and just shitting on Captain Marvel.
I mean that's all
Our
the
list is all sorts of out of order.
Alright,
as far as
so
I'm concerned, so it's hard to place.
where do we want to put it on this ranking? Where would everyone put it?
Well, no, I just gotta say real quick, your guys' criticisms of her just totally fall on deaf ears. Not every
Yeah.
character needs to be, like, this fun, happy, cheery little, oh, let me rub your shoulder and make you feel good. But
Captain America is like,
That's
here's the
boring.
thing, like,
What?
the fucking Captain America is serious like 90% of the time, and he's probably the most likable character here in this franchise, besides maybe Tony.
She doesn't have to be. She doesn't have
Probably
to be
he's
like.
definitely the most likable. Tony's not even close to Cap. No one is.
And
Cap's in his own world.
Yeah.
He's a
Tony
precious
Stark- Tony-
boy. No one's
Tony
allowed to
Stark
touch
gets
him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tony Stark gets to visit him from time to time. That's where Cap's at. But she doesn't. She doesn't have to be like a goofy, lighthearted, like super likable character. But she doesn't have to be so just.
Gamora Gamora is plenty serious, but she's likable.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
yeah,
I disagree.
Oh,
I
I
don't think Gamora's
see. I
likable at
find.
all.
I think Gamora is likable, but I certainly think Captain Marvel's more likable.
I don't.
Gamora, you want to talk about wooden unlikable and just being a fucking bitch, like, to be blunt. Gamora, completely. I just don't.
Which is her character. To be
But that's-
fair, it was
To be
well
fair.
acted.
But she's
fair.
also. But she's cunning. She's cunning and she's smart. And
Like
Cap-
She gets bested by her father every time she interacts with him. That's
yeah,
mean,
but like,
unfortunately.
which is almost everybody.
Her father's Thanos.
Yeah,
it's
like, oh,
Thanos.
you mean the dude who punked the whole universe? You know, like,
Stones punked the universe.
you know, like, yeah, but he had to get him.
Peter Quill punked the universe.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Peter.
no real talk. All
God
I'm
damn it,
saying
Peter
is,
Quill.
if you're saying you wouldn't fuck with Nick Fury, you're a liar.
Like,
You guys were
here's
saying you didn't like her because of the tape thing. I'm like, that's great.
I think there's
fiddle around.
I think there's plenty of things about her that are unlikable, and also the fact that, like, if she did not have these insane powers, she would be woefully incompetent.
Yes.
Like,
Which again, this lends credence to not just like this movie could have happened even further back, and then there's a sequel that goes into
That's
that.
right.
Like the 90s.
Like
yeah.
that would have served again. Like the late usage of Captain Marvel, I think, is what really does Captain Marvel in.
Yeah, like,
I already think they needed a sequel, but like just
well,
like a well-fitting spot in the timeline.
well,
That phase 2, phase 3 would have served her much better.
the next movie we're getting her is The Marvels, and it is her, Miss Marvel, and then the other Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, all in one movie.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm excited for that.
Who's directing that?
I don't know. Hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up for you guys.
Let's do it.
The resident nerd here.
She's on it. She's on it. Yeah.
I do want to give a fun fact about Goose, the cat. And the
Okay.
It's originally called Chewie, named after Chewbacca in Star Wars.
Nice.
But they went
Oh.
with Goose after the character Goose in Top Gun.
That makes sense, Jets.
That's cool.
It's supposed to come out November of next year,
My sister's birthday, 2022.
and it
awesome.
is
Nice little birthday gift for her, I know.
It's being directed by Nia DaCosta, who did the crime thriller Little Woods,
Oh.
and it is directing Candyman.
Nice.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Yeah, very horror. Look like
um
thriller horror type of thing. Yeah.
well, I you know what? It's good for her because I mean she mostly only has up to go.
Yeah. I wanna ask Derek and Aaron here. Now, I'm curious to find out what do you make of Captain Marvel's character as a whole? Like, I want some details here, boys.
Derek, do you want to go
That's a
first?
vague question, Thomas.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I
So-
thought negatively, so I want to see what you guys think
Yeah.
positively of her.
So first of all, I just don't. I think there's nothing wrong with having just a badass character who's badass innately. Although, like, again, like, I don't like when they just steamrolls everything and they do give her a struggle, which is trying to figure out whose side she's on, what her past is, and there's a little bit of like doubt about herself, about her ability to control emotions, and I don't put a lot of weight on that, to be honest with you. Like, I understand like her one-noteness in that, like, that's just like her personality, regardless of who she is, and that kind of goes through the whole movie. But I had fun with that. I liked having this person with powers that, just does a whole bunch of damage and goes full Goku on people. Especially, this was very much mental warfare, psychological warfare with Captain Marvel, and once she had broken out of that, like, that was the final struggle, and so her just destroying them physically was like, that was just a fun reward. All right, now we're good. Now we're having fun. I also just like the design of the character. I like the suit. I like the powers. I liked the twist of the scroll being good, and yeah, I don't know. What's his name? Who played the lead Kree guy?
Jude Law.
Jude
Jude
Law.
Law. Yes, I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, Jude Law's pretty
I said
awesome.
like a massive dick in the movie. I'm sorry. I'm a
He
big
is.
Jude
He's a
fan,
real.
but played a massive.
He's a real piece
dick.
of shit.
Yeah.
So,
And, like, all the little the 90s nostalgia is tons of fun. Blockbusters and all that, Radio Shack.
Yeah.
And little tidbits of how S.H.I.E.L.D. started, how Nick Fury and Coulson started, and how that all went. That was fun. That happened throughout the movie. Yeah, I don't know. Again, pacing issues were weird. It was not paced like any other movie.
which, like,
Pacing is
I
my favorite, and that-
I will say that is a big thing for me in movies, or really media in general. If your
It's all about pacing.
if your pacing is bad, it just infuriates me to no end.
And the Marvel, vast majority of these movies are paced a certain way.
It's especially
Yeah.
coming off of Infinity War, which has like perfect pacing,
Yeah.
like fucking from start to finish, like that's this just feels like 2 movies back. You have this like 2.5 hour perfectly paced epic, and then you have this fucking backwards piece of nonsense.
Amazing.
By the way, thank you for Emily banning those people in the chat. Or those,
I have lost
Oh, what
my
happened? I missed
modding
it.
buttons. I don't know. Yeah, no, we had two bots come in.
Oh shit! Was it just spam?
Yep.
Yeah.
And just like Sokovia, Emily took out those bots.
Were they
Yo.
advertising in OnlyFans?
Coming in clutch.
I wish they would advertise those. That'd at least be,
That would be entertaining, at least.
Yeah, right.
I'd click on that link, unfortunately.
you know.
So,
So,
That's how I lose all my money.
So-
Derek, I'm curious what you thought. What you think?
Oh, yeah. I'll try to keep it concise, but I just felt like Captain Marvel, she's like a pretty strong character. I find her charming. I kind of sympathize with her inner struggle because she's always been with her team, but then she finds out her team's kind of shitty. And so she kind of takes a leap of faith, which to me makes her adaptable. And I really like her banter with, Sam Jackson when they're doing stuff together. So, I mean, she's not like this huge three-dimensional character, but the traits she has, I like.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right, so I'll start with Emily, that left corner. Where would you put this on this list?
Yeah, I'd put it right in between the 2 Thor films, Dark World and First Thor.
I would put
Thor
it.
2 is at the bottom. So,
I'm sorry. Hold on, let me scroll down.
This
Those-
bottom end.
I mean, I know this list. I know this list, so.
Yeah.
it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Where would you put it, Aaron?
This list is so weird.
It is, dude.
I can't
is.
wait for that final episode when we
That final
re-rank all
episode's
this
gonna be-
That's gonna be a
Yep.
crazy Saturday.
We're gonna snap.
Are we doing it on
Exactly.
Saturday?
It's gonna have to be a Saturday or a Friday night.
I work Saturdays, so Friday night it is.
Oh boy.
I may be late to the party then.
Yeah, no, Thomas, how's your Fridays?
How's
great.
How's everyone the Sunday nights then?
Late to the party, probably.
Thursday
Depending
night.
on
Sunday's definitely easier.
Why wouldn't it just be Tuesday night? Like this.
I mean, okay, we're gonna have
We'll
to
just have to
start way
start, like, the
early.
We'll
moment
just have to start
everyone's-
super early. Like,
Yeah.
we'll have to start hopefully as soon as
Have
you
to-
get off.
Yeah, like I get off work at at that point I'll be getting off work at like 3, so I'll take a nap and then we'll start at like 5:30.
That sounds good.
That sounds
That's
like an awesome
fine.
plan.
All right, so, but Aaron, where would you put it on this lovely list?
I don't want to give away my hand by casting the compromise vote right away. So
Just go ham, man. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
you want to hear it?
Yeah,
I mean,
go.
again, this
Yeah.
list is fucked.
Tell
So
us your
like,
thoughts.
because I'm gonna tell you right now, like they're rap.
Exactly where you would place it.
What are your desires?
Yeah, my desires. I would put it. This list is fucked. I would put it
Oh, shit.
Don't put it on the list.
over. Fuck, I'd put it over Iron Man 2.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's
okay.
lower than I thought. All right.
Well, again, because the order is so
Yeah.
weird.
all
I
right.
would
Yeah, so
rather
the order-
watch.
Jack.
Yeah, I would rather watch. I don't want to say anything too soon.
All
Be
right.
careful with the words, darling.
All
I
right.
think
I don't want to say something I can't take back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Oh.
almost said something,
wise
but
choice.
I
A
don't
wise
feel
choice.
about it.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Okay. All right. What about you, Derek? Where are you putting it?
I was gonna say I think between Iron Man 1 and 2, I think is probably just fine.
All right. Then
Considering the unique nature of this list.
Thomas.
Is there another list we could put it on?
Uh,
Put it somewhere else.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's gonna go on the list of movies you have to watch every week.
Oh,
Oh,
my god! I
God.
think I would.
look, man, Hulk and Thor: Dark World fucking suck. Are you come on,
I'm,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
at
no,
least
they're-
give us
they're
that.
really bad. I mean, yes, I will give you that. Then this movie sucks just as hard.
No.
Dude, no, it does not.
It's like this much
think
better
I
than
feel right
Thor
now,
2.
okay?
It's like this much better than Thor 2.
And
What?
that's being nice. Oh boy.
Your guys'
It-
Brie Larson bias is showing so much. Just
Dude, I like Brie Larson. I thought she was great in Scott Pilgrim. Holy
For
shit.
the
was.
record, I have
Get it-
no bias towards Brie
She's
Larson.
getting a lot of
all.
other movies.
Okay.
It's just her performance in this movie was not good.
I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't.
I thought she played the character well, which her character did not necessarily go over an arc. But there are other movies within this list that do that I enjoyed as well.
Yes.
I mean, fair.
Most of them
Yeah,
are not origin movies, though.
Captain
No.
America: First Avenger.
He goes through an arc.
Technically an
Goes
origin.
Captain
The
America.
Captain America is perfect. That man has a heart of gold. He is worthy of the hammer from the moment that movie starts.
No,
That-
he becomes perfect. He
Yeah,
becomes perfect.
Whatever.
Dude,
He is
No.
a show pony for the U.S. government at first, and like fucking.
Due
they're
to
all-
circumstance, that was not his own. He was perfect from the start.
The
He
fact
just had
that
to work
was
his way
willing
there.
To eat that shit for the greater good is exactly why he is worthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
You know.
I won. No way.
All right. So Thomas, where are you putting it?
I'll put it
where we
between
put it, boys?
the two. I'm gonna put it between the two Thors. I think.
That's where I would also put it. I would put it
Yeah,
between the two Thors as well.
I think that's the spot.
All right.
This is what I'm telling you about.
I'm-
My ears think alike.
I'm willing to settle and put it below Iron Man 2 if they are both okay with that.
If that's a compromise pick,
Yeah, go for
I would
it.
rather watch this over Iron Man 2 for sure. But
Oh,
I feel like me
No.
and Aaron have like higher thinking when it comes to where we place it.
no. Like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
look, man. My personal list, Iron Man 1 is way higher. Fucking,
I know, again,
My
this list
personal
is
list, I've got
fucked.
Iron Man in my top 5.
yeah,
Okay.
like, just
Winter Soldier would be so far up this list.
yeah, like for me, Age of Ultron would be dropping like 2 more spots. Like,
To be honest, like the more I look at this list, yeah. But
like,
Yeah.
one thing you have to
I'm
keep in
looking at
mind
this
while,
list.
because we're all gonna probably do our own list for that final episode. I just have to point out, I have liked almost all of these movies. Like I have enjoyed myself with.
I have,
almost all of
I have. There's only 3 movies I didn't enjoy myself the entire way through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I didn't enjoy myself the entire way through Captain Marvel, or Thor 2, or Hulk. I will say this: out of those bottom 3, I actually enjoyed Hulk the most.
That's because it was so bad you could laugh at it.
Yeah, it was.
That's
buddy.
different.
That is
That's
true.
very
Like,
watchable
you could probably
popcorn
turn
movie.
the Hulk into a drinking game.
You
Okay.
could, yeah, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
watched
You
like,
get
that
to- you get
origin
to-
story. And like you saw like the lower quality that this was not an MCU movie, really. And I was like, oh.
You get to
man.
you get to find out why the Hulk can't fuck. That in itself is worth
I still call bullshit. I can still call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You're right.
Yes,
It's
you
all
know
bullshit.
what? Because guess what? I've worn an Apple Watch during sex. Your heart rate
Yeah, I
doesn't get to
remember
200 beat.
Several streams.
You have been exposed to gamma radiation. I like the idea of you like arranging a night of sex just to be like looking at your Apple Watch.
No, but afterwards I was curious to know what my heart rate was and how many calories I burned.
I think
So
You finish and like you're both like relaxing and you're like,
Oh,
"That
man.
was bullshit."
that was pussy.
I would be lying if I said that I haven't checked it
Oh,
during.
goodness.
Yeah.
Derek gets it, dude. You're curious, right?
I lost my heart monitor. I can't.
No,
I don't know.
I'm telling you guys, that whole Hulk not being able to have sex thing, that's a ruse. He had sex with somebody and murdered them with his penis. That's what happened.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh no! All right, we
I
need to
mean,
move on.
that
Take a
is-
minute.
A fairly decent theory.
I'm not commenting
Yeah.
on that.
Oh,
Can't unsee. So thank you, Thomas, for that.
You're
Okay.
all so very welcome for the future nightmares and/or dreams.
All right. We just gave someone their kink today.
This is like Marvel's like, would Superman kill someone by orgasming?
Oh.
Kevin Smith had a conversation about that actually.
I bet he did. I bet of all people he
I
did.
think that's an argument that TS and Brody have in Marvel.
I mean, it's also
Probably.
during one of his Kevin Smith, like, you know, where he tours the country and just does long talks.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching that.
Yeah, and,
Good.
during one of his evenings with Kevin Smith, he brings up like that 2006 Superman movie where he has a kid with Lois Lane and throws a piano.
Oh, Superman Begins with
but-
Brendan Routh as.
Yeah, but she doesn't remember having sex with him, but it's obviously his kid. She's like, Superman, I don't remember having sex with you. Did you rape me, Superman? Did you super roofie me? You know, like,
What the fuck are we talking about?
It's
Dude, no, it's
Okay,
about
you
Superman
figured that
Returns.
at some point in the conversation. That's okay.
I
Yeah,
tuned out like 5 minutes ago.
I
Superman
don't know.
Returns was a movie.
it existed.
It's
It
sadly
existed.
hurt.
It's the boring art house version of Superman if you've never seen it.
When I saw it in theaters, I thought it was fine.
Is that like the 2006?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that in theaters by myself. It was
Yeah.
That movie,
I saw it with my brother. He allows me.
very okay.
that movie was
Uh,
depressingly bad.
All right, now
So fucking bad.
we got Captain Marvel locked in. Now we're on to Endgame.
Laced.
All right, Endgame. Emily, better, worse, or the same?
I love this movie much more every time I've seen it. So absolutely.
What about you, Aaron?
I mean, about the same, which was really good. This movie's a blast to watch.
I
Yeah,
feel
all of it.
I feel about the same as well. Like I fucking good time. Like there are a couple lulls in there, but they're enjoyable lulls. And like, fuck, dude, that ending just nut, just so good.
I actually watched it today too.
Same.
Oh.
Like I watched it this afternoon, and
Yeah,
Oh.
I also watched it.
I watched it last night, like after work, and I was just like, loved every fucking minute of it. What about you? What about you, Thomas?
I think it was about the same for me. It was it's a fun movie. It's got awesomely epic moments. I was gonna say worse, only because watching it in the theater and having the reaction to like a couple specific moments
Yeah.
wasn't it's not as awesome without everybody around, but it's still fucking awesome.
Right.
Yes. This was a movie that you'll never replicate that opening weekend with it.
Nope.
Like it's one of those like fucking
Thank God to the people that recorded in the theater that night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that was. There are not many movies where I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's go to the theater instead. I fucking hate movie theaters and I hate people. But fucking A, dude, this is one where that is not the case. Yeah, this was so yeah. But like rewatching it at home, fucking great time. Fucking great time. Holy shit.
Yep.
So what about you, Derek?
Slightly worse for me, pretty much for the reasons that Thomas said.
Yeah.
But then,
Yeah.
having seen this movie a few times, also just a lot of the charm is gone, and there's just a few things I'm really able to kind of tear apart with this movie. But that being said, it's still a great movie. But I really can't ignore the fact that it's nowhere near as good as it was like opening weekend.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's fair. Like
there's
no...
other movies. Sorry, there's other movies that like don't get, that don't kind of lose that charm. So like not MCU movies, just other movies that I enjoy don't lose that charm.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
So.
All right, so let's get into the weeds here. Movie starts. Movie starts.
Oh, okay,
I'm
bye,
also
Aaron.
grabbing a beverage.
Fine.
Sorry.
Well then.
Well, I'm gonna go take a dump. No, I'm just kidding.
Nearly made me spit out my water.
You did that already with your Captain Marvel.
Sorry, I was ready for this conversation.
Yeah, I took a dump on top of a dump, Derek. Movie's horrible. Get over it.
I will say, Aaron, I do approve.
What?
So you were drinking a fresh haze from Deschutes?
Hell yeah.
Oh, what's these?
I'm drinking.
What's the what?
Water.
That looks very hoppy.
It's got a picture of
a fresh haze IPA from Deschutes Brewing out of Bend, Oregon.
Oh.
5.0 alcohol content.
Woo!
A nice refreshing beer.
Fairly decent. Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Not compared to the shit that I have in my fridge right now.
No.
Let me tell you about this.
I still have your 6-pack.
You still have my 6-pack. Good, because I'm coming for it.
Let me tell you about this
hope so.
delicious water.
You want to take his friends too?
Water. What's that?
You want to take his friends too?
Sure. Of course.
PB and Death, Super Kill, and I've got a couple of raspberry sour. If you're interested.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have a night. We're gonna be watching Black Widow together. But
Yes, we are. I'm
if not that night, we'll find another night to have some drinking time.
Our beer venture.
Yes, our beer adventure we've been planning.
You guys are making me feel so fucking basic. I'm just
What?
having,
Bronze is drinking water. What are you drinking?
I'm from Seattle, okay?
Well, yeah. I'm just drinking. I went for the easy selection tonight, which is my go-to, which is Blue Point Toasted Lager.
Sure. What's the ABV on that?
4.6.
At least
Nothing
good.
crazy.
All right.
Nothing crazy.
It's nothing crazy. Neither is this. Again, Emily has access and knowledge to some real fucked beers.
some good shit, okay?
Yeah.
I have access to the good shit.
Good shit. I've had some really strong shit, but most of the time it doesn't translate to being strong and tasting good. Like if I want to get
strong,
it's an acquired taste.
But the strongest one I've had, and I haven't had it in a little while, but I could be wrong. I think it's 10%. I think it's Mother's Milk. I think it's
talking about milk.
Whoa.
No.
Yes.
Oh, so it's like I got milk right here. But...
We're talking about Mother's Milk.
All right.
We're here.
We're here to
back
talk
together.
about.
We've
yes.
reassembled.
Somebody play the music.
Someone play the music.
Somebody play
I
the
got
music.
points.
Hold on. Yeah, somebody hold on.
Hang on.
Hold on a sec. I've got Twitch up, so
Yeah, you got Twitch up. I'm in like a mod view, so I can't use my points.
There we go.
Aha! Avengers did cool stuff.
I was actually going to play that.
I'll play it. Hold up.
Oh god. So
Yo.
No, wait, did we play it?
we did play it. Yep.
We
Did
did
we?
play it.
I didn't
Yep.
hear anything, so
Yeah. Do you have our stream audio turned on?
I think so.
I think I have it casting to.
No, you should be able to hear us. Like go load up the Twitch page, and like you're watching us and have the audio on, you'd be able to hear it. I'll fucking
Oh,
do it
God.
again.
Oh God! All right, let's do it again. You can hear it through speaker.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, I searched Marvel fanfare. 'Cause
Um,
Such an awesome theme song.
good song.
it was great. Very
One
powerful.
last
Really
aside. News today: Marvel's Avengers put out their Cosmic Cube expansion, and with it,
Oh yeah.
a bug that shows everyone's IP address that you play with.
Hooray!
Oh, is it really?
So that game's still going well, if you were wondering.
Oh, that's what that post was that you.
DDoS and folk.
Anytime you match up with people, you will be able to see their IP address and do shit.
Yo, you guys, that game is so good. The game is so amazing.
It had promise. I swear.
It had so much promise.
We played a lot of that game.
The Duke Nukem reboot had promise.
No.
Look what
Yeah,
happened.
No, this
When it was
actually,
first conceived, yes.
That's a little debatable.
this had really fun combat and a good story mode, and they did nothing with, anything else after.
We're talking
With
about
the
the
voice
Avengers
actors
game?
that are
Yes. Yes.
They had so much hope. There was
Yep.
so much hope.
I'm gonna firmly disagree and throw out why. Dude, Insomniac made an incredible game with Marvel's Spider-Man.
Oh, for the love
They
of
did.
God, they
Follow
did,
up
yeah.
that game. You don't follow up that game with a different team that doesn't have
Sucks.
expertise in that area.
But that team, that team totally has expertise in making great single-player games. That's the Rise of the Tomb Raider team. What Square Enix said, we know you can make a really good single-player action-adventure game for the Avengers, but we want a live service game because we want to fucking soak all the money out of this motherfucker.
That's what
Just
made
fucking-
everything go wrong.
Fucking just...
That
Yeah.
doesn't take away from the fact that it was still a poor decision, executed poorly, and continues to be executed poorly.
It's a bad idea that was executed as well as you could within the constraints that executives could put on them.
And you want to know the worst part about this? People are still going to be spending money on it,
Yep.
and this game is still going to be a fucking dumpster fire for life.
I'm
I
starting to
probably agree with you.
Well, I mean, shit.
All I'm saying is I don't want to play a superhero game that's not made by Rocksteady or Insomniac because that's a bad fucking idea.
Yeah,
you
but we
give
didn't
somebody with a track record.
Yeah, we didn't know Insomniac was gonna make a good Spider-Man game though until they did it.
Until Marvel Spider-Man,
And then
when that came out in
they made other great games, but none of them were superhero games. And then fucking we didn't know.
Right.
And then
That was 3 years ago.
right, and then we definitely didn't know fucking Rocksteady was gonna make what they made. They made a bunch of fucking Game Boy games before that shit.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, I understand the train of thought you're going.
and then fucking, let's talk about, like, Sucker Punch could easily make a good superhero game. They made...
Yep.
They
I
made,
mean, they kind of did in a way.
They kind
they
of did
are-
with the Infamous
yeah.
franchise.
yeah, but
they already did
I'm
that.
saying them, you could hand them, like, a Black Panther or fucking...
Sure.
Or
Yep.
something
Probably
like
something
that.
out of the DC universe and just be like, here.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Have some
Yo,
fun.
you just, like Logical Leap, you just give them Shazam. Like
I was
that's what they should be doing.
No, you give them Static Shock.
Or Flash.
Yeah.
Give us Static Shock. We will do that.
I think
Yeah, Static Shock. If only Radical had survived past Prototype 2, we could have a real good Hulk game right now.
Possibly.
Shit.
Yeah, that would be
That
fun.
idea.
So
That'd be sick.
back
Or
on
Black-
tr-
or Black
back on
Widow.
fucking
We're here now.
track.
We're all good. Let's talk about Endgame.
So
Yes.
movie opens up with Hawkeye all retired, chilling with his kid, and then the Thanos snap happens, and you get to see that fucking go through, and then Tony and Gamora stranded out in space, and
Tony and Nebula.
or Nebula, sorry,
Yeah.
Tony and Nebula stranded out in space. Right from the beginning, this movie is great at characterization. Like, it shows exactly who these two characters are, what they've been through. Like, Nebula being all serious, Tony being like, trying to teach you a game. And then, like, when she
Teach you how to
wins...
have fun.
Yeah, like, when she wins, she's just like, I won.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like, she's like, doesn't know how to handle it. Because she never fucking won.
Right.
Like that, like...
This happened.
You won. Good game.
Yeah, like...
That awkward handshake afterward.
Yeah, like Tony...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This happened. Yeah.
She looked like she was ready for an attack from him.
Yeah, like at one point, like when he flicks at her, she's like,
Yeah. She's like, nope.
like that was real good. Then Tony having the whole monologue to Pepper and the helmet and everything, and like
Video message.
the video message he's setting up, and like the movie's like, yeah, we're gonna try and kill Tony Stark in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
And then they fake you out with Captain Marvel and and they have their little whole meet up, and then Tony has a blow up with the team when he's on the IV and whatnot. Like that scene was so fucking just
Yeah.
Good moment calling all the way back to Ultron.
yeah. No.
That's a really good, rough, emotional scene. RDJ delivers such a good performance in that scene.
And he always does.
And also,
No matter what he does. He
also
always-
manages to sneak in some humor because Rocket talks and he's like, until just this second, I thought you were Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
I
good.
thought that was hilarious. I was just like,
That was so funny.
that's good.
Yep.
RDJ's performance in that scene is great, but I gotta say, I was already tired of him lecturing everyone about, oh, you should have listened to me, and blah, blah, blah. It's like we've heard this so many times. Like, yeah.
I mean, yes, but like this is also coming off of like Civil War, where like by the post Civil War, everyone had kind of agreed mostly that Cap's side was right, and so to have like this swing the other way of like Iron Man being like, I was right about maybe not necessarily the Civil War bit, but the
the suit of armor around the world.
Yeah.
And like Tony like even says like it affected our precious freedoms, like so on and so forth. Like real fucking powerful scene, very much in character for both of them, And I like how Tony's just like absolutely done, and he takes the IV out, and then he takes off the fucking the arc reactor, and the nanomachines are in it. And he's like, here. When he comes, when you find him here, you take this and you hide.
And you hide.
And Hung goes unconscious.
Yep. Right. False.
Yep.
I thought he said.
But Bruce
I
gave him
thought
a
he
sedative,
said
so
they
he'll be
did
out
stand
for
up
a
the
couple
piece,
minutes.
not died.
No, yeah, he said to hide. He said you take this, you put it on, and you find somewhere to hide.
Yeah.
Warren, he said.
No, I'm pulling up the scene right now. What we needed was a suit of armor around the world. Remember that?
Yeah.
Whether it impacted our precious freedoms or not. That's what we needed. Well, that didn't work out, did it? I said we'd lose. You said we'll do that together, too.
Well,
and
guess what?
Cap? We lost. And you weren't there. But that's what we do, right? Our best work after the fact, we're the Avengers. We're the Avengers.
Avengers.
You just made your point. Sit down. Okay, she's great, by the way. We need your new blood. Bunch of tired old mules. I got nothing for you, Cap. I got no coordinates, no clues, no strategies, no options. Zero, zip, nada. No trust. A liar.
And I thought that was a bit much too.
And he's like,
What was
here,
the line bit about?
here, take this.
Losing
fought
together.
He
Yeah.
called him a liar because he somehow knew that Bucky killed his parents, which
Oh, if they were talking
really
about that, then yeah.
Oh,
made
is
no
that what
sense
he
though, because
referenced?
how did he know?
Let's see. You find
shit.
you
I
find
Huh.
you find him. You put that on. You hide, and then he collapses.
Oh, okay. I thought he said to give it to him, which to me gave it more. But I must have misheard and misread because I watched everything with subtitles. So I guess.
You know, Nebula.
So it's okay.
That was a good pickup, Derek. I didn't pick that up. I definitely thought he was talking about the loose together line. I never thought about the Bucky line.
I mean,
no, that was definitely a jab about Bucky killing his parents because
shit.
because they never talked about that since then.
That's true. That's very true.
That's right. They're still.
But I don't think
very
they talked a whole lot after the events of like those two just went on.
Right.
So
So that makes
they're all
sense.
like, "Hey, where's Thanos?" At this point, and you know, Nebula's like, "I already know where he is." You know, he always, you know, when he kept disassembling me, all I wanted was his approval, and you know, he's saying retire to this planet.
Great plan.
Yep, and they go and they fuck him up. He is on his farm, and they fucking just. I remember watching this scene in the theaters and just being like, "Oh, well, they killed him in the first 20 minutes of the movie."
Yeah.
That's
Roll
good.
credits.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
See this scene where they show up to the farm and Thor killed him. Which, by the way, before this movie came out, I had my own little personal predictions with my friends, which Avenger we thought might kill him, and I thought it was going to be Thor, which was, I guess, kind of obvious because he wanted to finish the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, how great would it have been if this scene was another end credit scene at the end of Endgame, because then it'd make us all think that everything was really fucked because the stones were gone and Thanos was dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just think that shot of him just relaxing on the farm was such a good damn end shot.
It was,
that's
dude.
It was. But I'm just saying, it would have made even a lot more mystery for Endgame coming up, because then we really would have been like, what's the play here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
you would.
stones are gone too. It was just
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying, Derek. That would have been a total fucking like, what the fuck moment. Like everyone would have been like, is this actually what they released? Like,
because the movie was already such a downer, and it would have just poured even more salt in the wound, and
oh yeah,
you know,
ripped your heart out.
So, they chop off Thanos' fucking arm. He's like, I used the stone to destroy the stones. They were nothing but temptation.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then...
I will say the one thing I really fucking hate in this movie is with the shots with the gauntlets, where it makes everybody seem like they're fucking blind and they don't see like the back of the gauntlet at any point in time. They always do that weird cut where they don't notice anything about the glove until it's like directly facing their face.
I think I know what you're talking about too.
Yeah, specifically
that's a
comes into
valid
play at the end,
criticism,
but
definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one with the end with Thanos who has it on him, and
Yeah.
look at it.
just the palm, and he's looking at it. But then when he's tasked, it's like, wait.
But he definitely, like, when it's cocked to the side, he definitely looks directly at it and then turns his hand back around. And then just does that shit-eating grin of a line.
While
So
we do this.
they kill him, and then it, you know, fast forwards 5 years, and you know, Captain America is going through, you know, his life and everything, and you know, and then it cuts over to San Francisco, and the true hero of this movie appears.
Fucking Ant-Man.
The rat that
Yeah.
releases Ant-Man.
This was weird. As someone who had not seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, I was like, I'm just gonna see where this goes. All right, sure. Yeah, he's small. Quantum. Got it.
You hadn't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp when you
Nope.
saw him?
No.
Oh.
I had no idea. I was just like, all right, Ant-Man's in here. All right, cool.
So yeah, he gets let out, and gets briefly caught up in the world. You know, sees his daughter, and is like, "Oh fuck, dude, I need to go tell the Avengers, I guess."
That scene where he's
I gotta
scrambling. Oh, go ahead, Derek. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, that is one thing that made no sense. It was only a 5-year jump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did his daughter, little Cassie, who's like maybe 5, go from being 5 to being like a fucking 15-year-old teenager?
She
looked
looked
was like 8 or 9 or something.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, and with this, she looked about 4.
So she's 14 in Endgame, which means in Ant-Man and the Wasp she would have been 9.
There is
Which-
no way
Thank
that
you.
little girl is 9. I just
Thank
watched
you.
both of those.
They-
There's
Well-
no way.
Well, she's
They
in
definitely-
first grade, so that she would be 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
Yeah,
They definitely casted the girl a
17.
little younger because I
depending
agree,
on the school, it's 7, 8.
she does look younger than 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Endgame, she should be 11, and she looks like she's like 16.
Well, yeah, and she's. you know-
I noticed that too. I just was like,
It
Yeah,
totally took
okay,
me out
they-
of it. I mean, little details are important, especially in a movie like Endgame.
Yeah, but I feel like they catch almost every other little detail. This one didn't bother me. You know,
I accepted it. You know, they wanted to like show like that time had passed. And,
so
like, if they had known that, all this
Next movie,
tells me
we're-
is that they, yeah, right. All this told me is that they did not plan for this when they wrote the first Ant-Man.
No, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they casted a little young on his daughter, and then I think they casted a little too old in Endgame because she
a
looks,
little bit.
she definitely
yeah.
looks older. I think, like, I agree, she looks like 16 almost.
not
And-
14.
but she definitely doesn't look 9. But I know that they state it. They say it in the movie.
So
I'm unsure, but the Iron Rose 117 in chat says, but with the time jump, we could get evil Cassie Lang.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
into this. Okay.
that would have been hilarious.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So Ant-Man travels across the country and shows up on their monitors. Like, is this a credit feed? That's today. And you
At
know,
the front door.
That's the front door. Like, holy
just,
shit.
just like I'm Scott Lang. You remember me from Germany? I'm Ant-Man. I'm
I know,
Ant-Man.
really big.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Is that anybody's sandwich?
yeah. Just like,
Oh yeah.
just
That's
that's
good.
Like, is that anybody's sandwich? I'm starving.
dude. Paul Rudd in this movie kills it.
So good.
He's so good.
Everything though. Oh, Paul.
Yeah. You know, then he's like, we got a way to kill Thanos. Like, Scott, are you talking about a time machine? And then,
Yeah, the time machine.
yeah, just no, yeah, it's a time machine. They go talk to Tony, and he's just like, what are you suggesting? No, more like a time heist? You know?
Yeah, I gotta say, the way that quantum, whatever the hell it is described, doesn't really sound like a time machine.
The quantum realm.
Yeah.
Well, time acts differently, and if you could push,
Yeah,
like,
okay, time acts differently in the
and yeah, they push time. They can push you through time or time through you. Tony explains that. Like, Tony explains why they kept fucking with Scott when they go to test it, which that's the next bit.
They were putting time through
Scott instead of Scott through time.
Go
I'm
time.
just saying, I like the term time heist more than time machine. That's all.
I love the term.
Time heist is pretty great.
It's definitely good. It's just like, my God, you guys are being as subtle as a fucking jackhammer.
Also, other great time jokes in this, because I don't want to forget them. You tell me Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit?
Oh yeah.
You know,
Don't talk to your past selves. Don't bet on any sporting event. Wait,
Yeah.
you know this on Back to the Future?
So Tony says he doesn't want to help because, like, he has too much to lose now. Like, he has a family and everything.
Thinks it's all bullshit.
Yeah. He can't roll the dice on that. And then they go to see Hulk, and Hulk's like, this is not really my area of expertise. And you get Professor fucking Hulk, which
It's so good.
I remember when I saw that in theaters, I had Stephanie next to me, I'm like, it's fucking Professor Hulk. It's
Yep.
motherfucking Professor Hulk. Like, just freaking the fuck out so
Every time
hard.
he talked, the subtitles on my Blu-ray, his narrator name was Smart Hulk.
Smart.
Oh,
Hulk.
it did say the same thing.
Yeah,
too.
it
That's
does say
actually
Smart
crazy.
Hulk when you
Oh,
put it
I
on
was just
subtitles. I
like-
have it on subtitles with Disney Plus.
Like,
It says Smart.
there's no other Hulk really in the movie. Like, it should have just said Hulk.
It's
It
just
was
Hulk.
just weird to me.
I mean,
Also,
it's a different version of the Hulk than we've seen So
What he's
that's
called
a
in the comics
smart
when he's like,
Professor.
this is his Professor Hulk.
In the
Professor
comics,
Hulk,
he's known
yeah.
as Professor Hulk when he's like this. Yeah.
So
Did
my
anyone else feel like that he was kind of like cocky and unlikable?
Hey,
little bit,
he was
yeah, a
a
little bit.
little bit
I
of.
really didn't
That's
really
a
like him at
smidge,
all.
though.
But he
Smidge of
got the
cocky arrogance.
he got the combination, like you said, of Banner and Hulk. And
Together.
I guess you could derive some kind of cockiness from Hulk, like
Right.
just constantly.
Yeah,
I
but
just,
a lot of the intelligence of Bruce Banner
of
was
Banner.
Yeah, so
I just
attitude
didn't.
Hulk.
Am I the only one who did not like the fact that they did this off screen? Like they took a character that had a massive character flaw in the last movie and something that would have been super interesting to see, and they're just like, nope, we're past this now. He's just one
Well, I
thing
mean,
now.
Well, I mean,
They-
he
they-
did
they-
briefly talk about it. Was
yeah,
how
they
he was-
just, you know, they had to. There's a lot of shit they had to fill in, dude. There's like, you know, and they did bring it up.
mentioned He like
Even Endgame's already rushed at 3 hours.
Yeah, I get that part.
Yeah,
That
like 5 minutes.
that one just seems like that seems to me like too important to the characters, Banner and Hulk, to just leave it out of the movie like that, because they were heading in a very, very interesting direction, and Hulk has always been in these movies. He's always had like an arc in each of them.
Well,
And-
they can't make his own movie, and this movie was too long to do that. So
Here's my idea.
Mhm.
2024 Disney Plus exclusive show Hulk and Me.
Okay,
Filling in the
well,
time.
okay,
5 years.
Well, and
Okay,
here's the
so
thing. We are getting
get-
She-Hulk
go-
in a
go-
couple years, and Mark Ruffalo is going to be in She-Hulk.
She-Hulk's
True.
supposed to
So,
be She-Hulk's supposed to be this year, actually, I believe.
is it
Wow.
really?
And
Hold on. I thought it was in like a year or two.
it's
I don't
either this
think it
year or
was-
next year. And then as for Hulk movies, go talk to Universal. Universal
Yeah.
has to allow that to
Yeah.
happen.
You know what, Bronson? I fucking will. I
Yeah.
will go talk
Yeah,
to them.
let's go send a petition to Universal and see what happens.
I'm gonna give them a stern talking to.
So Tony's
22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay.
22.
2022,
So-
by the way.
So Tony's they're supposed to do it in Infinity War, says the Iron Rose. Thank you, Iron Rose.
Okay.
By the
Yeah,
way,
that
if you
makes-
like
okay.
if you love this fun Marvel commentary, we do it every single Tuesday. Give us a follow if you would, please.
For the
Let's
next few
appreciate
weeks, anyway.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
you know
that-
this shit's gonna continue when new
like,
movies.
Oh shit! Look
Yeah,
at that.
thank you. You
Yo,
know
what's
this.
up, Iron
Oh,
Rose?
You know this is gonna
we had-
continue if we do more movies.
I mean,
Well,
obviously,
other-
like the Marvel list is going to continue as
Yeah.
stuff gets released. Like that
Yeah.
will
So-
remain.
Tony's washing dishes and then it sprays up and he sees Peter and then he figures out time travel.
Yeah, in a night.
Very casually, I might add.
Yeah, yeah. What
Tony
is
Yeah.
Stark, man.
like-
Just
It's Tony Stark.
Turn around with the idea of time travel and
So
see
it's,
what a 98% success rate as like, holy shit.
yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so like, yes, this comes out of nowhere, except the man made a new element on the fly with the help of
Yeah, he
With the
did.
help-
that. But,
Yeah.
Just like
He's
we know he's smart, but holy crap!
a
like,
super genius. Like
figuring out time travel after dinner. Like, all right.
like
inverted Mobius strip. Other terminology. Oh, it's
What's
Oh, we
Then
got it.
change this part.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that top.
well, it's like who are the other super geniuses in Marvel? It's like
yeah,
Reed Richards.
who it is,
um,
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't
Right.
exist yet.
Yes. Yes.
Hank Pym.
We're getting a Fantastic Four movie soon.
Moon
Hey.
Girl, says Iron Rose.
Hank Pym was-
Thank you, Moon. Oh, Moon Girl. Okay.
Iron Rose, yeah, it says Moon Girl, which I
Hey.
actually don't know.
I'm assuming Moon Knight, right? That's gotta be.
Moon Knight has to be a super
related.
genius, right?
Yes,
Even
yeah,
Strange
he
is-
probably
in-
is.
in his own way.
In his own way.
In his own way, he's a super genius.
Sure.
He has a PhD in Moon Knightness.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is insane.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's not smart.
Very accurate Iron Rose.
So,
Yeah.
You have them, Hank Pym, Victor Von
Yeah.
Doom.
but so we get we get Hulk testing out, time travel. And they, like you said, they push time through him. And I like how beforehand, it's just like, we'll see if this works. And it's just like, we don't want Tiny to happen in the 1950s. Is that possible? No, it's perfectly fine. Don't tell him that. It's just like, look, either all of it's a joke or none of it is.
Tell me some slack here. Shit.
Yeah. I just want to say, because we're in the middle of this, they talk about it more later, but one of my favorite things about this movie is that one of my favorite conversations to have with people is those weird hypothetical conversations. And now I'm like I'm watching in the middle of one of the biggest movies in recent years, like this conversation about how time travel works and how the movies that have tried to do time travel before, that's all bullshit. No, it's all wrong.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you.
I love that. I love that conversation.
They are fantastic.
I love how... Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it was a very creative way for them to write their own story.
Yeah.
And basically just give a middle finger to all those other movies, which I thought was clever.
And it's just like, I think old me pay my pants, or baby me. Or just me.
Or just me.
And
yeah.
They go over the whole, like, why don't we just go find baby Thanos and,
Yeah. Because that, and then they explain it.
That's my favorite Don Cheadle moment in the entire MCU is that little bit.
Just...
He's so
underused. I love Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle.
I love
that moment. Just solidified it.
I love that. I love that meme.
That's horrible.
I love that, and I love the meme of Hulk. I see this as a tremendous success.
Yeah.
As an
absolute win.
Yeah. All right. So then Tony shows up, and he's like, "I figured out time travel." Mm-hmm. And then you get the scene of everyone showing up, and Ant-Man's just trying to eat fucking Taco Bell, but no one will let him. Nebula.
There's an idiot in the landing zone.
Yeah,
then Rhodey lands. Rhodey.
Regular sized man.
What's up, regular sized man?
And then Hulk hands him 2 tacos. It's like, so much goodness.
God, how many calories do you think Professor Hulk has to eat a day? Just
Dude,
to live?
you saw, like, what is his tailor like?
I don't know. Yeah, right. First of all, Taylor.
His bill is probably like up there because he has to get like the right pants to fit and possibly has to get his shoes custom made. And it's like the original Fantastic Four with Ben Grimm saying that his shoe size is 36 quadruple.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, if you have watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, it is funded by Tony Stark and Goodwill. Yeah, I don't know. He was popular with those kids, so.
So you have Thor. We run into so they started assembling the Avengers. They go get Thor, and this Big Lebowski Thor is one of the best parts of this whole movie. And just his fucking rock fan.
The dude abides.
Yeah, man.
Then his rock friend playing PS4, which, the reason he can't get a PS4 is PS5 still sold out.
Yes. Yes.
I love Taika as Korg.
Iron Rose says it. So in the comics, his pants are made of material that stretches and shrinks with Bruce. Yeah, that I knew.
It's an elastic. It's an elastic fabric in the original.
The question is if this is how Hulk is all the time now. Like, do you think he sleeps this way? Because if so, then they just maybe permanently make the clothes that big.
Yeah.
Extra big.
Maybe.
He just has to get a bunch of. He just has to have a bunch of custom clothes made.
Again, like he becomes popular with people. He starts advertising. He gets his own clothing line. Hulk and Me 2024. I'm telling you.
By the way,
you're really gunning for this, aren't you, Eric?
I'm telling you, this is a good show idea.
By the way, we hit 250 followers, so I'm gonna do a thing.
Yeah. All right, do a thing.
We're doing a thing. We're doing a thing. We're doing a thing. It's going to somebody. I don't know who it's going to.
Oh shit!
Do the thing.
Oh!
Hey!
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
He did the thing.
Congrats, my dude.
Congrats on being.
Hero cool.
Thank you
Who
for
I
being number
believe just
2.
joined our Discord.
Yes, thank you for joining the Discord. Zero Iron, thank you for being number 250.
Have a good night tonight. Which, of course, I'm not surprised given that we're talking about Endgame.
I mean,
you know, we get Thor, you know, kind of nervous and freaking out, but then they're like, you know, they convince him with food
and beer.
and beer.
Specifically beer, first of all, which let me tell you, Thor was the most relatable character in this fucking show, in this movie.
Right.
They're
a relatable character right now.
There's a meme in this movie of like, the future has been hard to you, son.
Yeah.
And like
with him
and his mom.
I think it's gonna break up.
Him and his mom just like, the future has been hard to you, son. And I'm like, oh god, if I went back to like 2009, 2010 and saw my mom then, like, yeah, she'd probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw my mom back in like 2010 or whatever. She'd be like, "Oh, the future's been a little interesting for you, hasn't it?"
Oh god, no, my year would be 2005, I think. Everything went weird then. Oh, good lord.
Actually, no, mine would be 2008.
Mine would be like
2008 went weird for me. So.
Might be like 09, 2010.
I don't want to comment on this.
Okay.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. New Master 69. This is Thor, the God of Thunder.
So, then we get...
Go ahead and cry.
I'm gonna come over there, you little weasel.
Rip your arms out, shove them right up.
then we got Hawkeye being the Ronin. Oh, somebody's paying for stuff.
I remember watching that in theaters and was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm drink while this music plays.
Lordy.
No, dude. Back when Korg was playing PS4, he had to have Thor trash talk like the noob, whatever, 69
Noob Master
guy
69
on the mic.
Yep.
That was, to me, that was great.
All right, so
just that trash talk. That was great.
So that's
Go ahead and cry to your father. It's like, thank you, fool.
So we get a taste of Hawkeye as the Ronin, and then Tony comes in and starts explaining time travel, and like we got 2 test runs. Breaks them up. We got 1 test run. And then
real
and
quick,
enough for 1 round trip each.
Yep.
Yeah. And can we talk about for a second that when this started, like this was MCU started what, 08?
Yep.
May of 08 Iron Man.
Halo 3, Call of Duty 4, Mass Effect, BioShock, and then this movie, the game placement
that
is
was
Fortnite.
all in
MGS4.
That was before.
MGS4 was then that year.
Wait,
a lot of those games that I listed were 07.
Yeah, 2007 was like the best game of game. Best
07
that was the best year in gaming.
1998.
1998's up there too.
98 is number 1. Then I'd say 07. Then I'd say 01.
Hold up, what's the 98?
Fuck it, okay, boy.
Let's go to the list. Final Fantasy 7, Ocarina of Time,
what is
Metal Gear Solid.
Come on.
Okay.
All right, no. It's Metal Gear Solid, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time,
Yes.
Half-Life,
Yes.
StarCraft, Resident Evil 2,
Damn. Okay.
Banjo-Kazooie,
Yes.
Grim Fandango,
Hell yes.
Crash Bandicoot 3,
Yo.
That was my jam.
Panzer Dragoon Saga, and Parasite Eve.
Oh, Parasite Eve!
Fallout 2 and Thief: The Dark Project.
You
I
can
remember
combine all
Steve,
those games, and there's still nothing compared to Halo 3. I'm sorry.
Are you fucking...
From some Halo 3 fans, I just...
Whoa.
What? Look, dude, I'm one of the biggest Halo fans in the world, but fucking like those first three alone hang with Halo 3.
Those are all fucking legendary bangers.
I'm a
Like,
true
They
Master
really
Chief
are,
fan,
though.
Clearly.
No, I know. Yeah,
True.
Halo 3 is fantastic.
Halo 3 is one of the best goddamn games ever made, but like, dude,
oh, definitely one of the best shooters.
like fucking.
Now I'm seeing everything, and I'm like, yeah, Halo.
Iron Rose in the chat says, great story for Halo 3, but Halo 2 is better, which I disagree, but I think...
I
The
fundamentally
story?
but I don't know about story, I think overall,
Like,
is what Iron Rose is
As the
saying.
resident
which
Halo nerd, Bronson,
I think it's...
what
Yeah,
say
I think... Yeah, Bronson, I think this jives more with you.
Halo 2 totally has a better story. It's more interesting.
Wow.
It's more fleshed out. I think that Halo 3's campaign plays better, a lot better.
Yes.
And then for multiplayer, it kind of depends. Halo 2's skill ceiling is way higher. But fucking Halo 3's is a lot more open to people who aren't total tryhards. And also has, like, Forge and shit. So
Halo 2
just
story
good.
is like in the bottom 3 for me, like with 4 and 5.
4 has a great story, but that's a...
Better story than number 2.
As someone who is going through all of the stories for Halo on our show, Halo We Love You, Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m., we are continuing to go through Halo 4 right here on Twitch.
By the way,
tomorrow.
You want to know what also came out in 98? Motherfucking Pokemon.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's right.
The very first Pokemon games, along with the first Baldur's Gate, along with motherfucking Marvel vs. Capcom, and Rogue Squadron.
Dude, I remember playing Rogue Squadron with my brother. Oh, we would go back and forth on that.
Oh yeah, Link's Awakening. Fucking.
Didn't we do a top 10ish on this?
On 98, no.
No, on like best year of gaming.
No, I don't think we ever did. But
so.
like we had this discussion. We've had this. Tekken 3, by the way, and House of the Motherfucking Dead.
Yeah.
Dude,
Thank you.
Tekken 3. Like,
Tekken 3, most people still consider that the best Tekken. Fucking Radiant Silvergun in the first Unreal.
First Unreal is something. Yeah.
Fucking.
Look, we can have this conversation.
The first Spyro.
Top 10-ish.
Fucking.
Definitely.
Dude, yeah, like, here's the thing, like, there's a lot of, like, a lot of Aaron and I's conversations are, like, what I would call boomer gamer conversations, where we're, like, back in the day.
Look, man.
But, like, 98 is, like, fucking, you know what, it's boomer talk, but it is, like, totally true, though.
Also, 1998. Star Dragon.
Yeah!
1998.
Spyro, the first Spyro.
Dude, it was like Christmas all year round that year.
The first Spyro
It
was like
really was. It came out every single month was a banging title.
Fucking Street Fighter Alpha 3!
Oh, shit. Wow, that was a hell of a year for fighting games.
98 was the best year in gaming.
That's how it's commonly understood, is that 98's the best year, and I'm willing to concede that.
Like, 2007 is filled with fucking bangers. I love 07. 07. Like,
07 had some good shit. 07 had some good shit.
What was 07, Aaron?
Was Orange Box 07?
Yeah, that was 07. Yep, that was 07.
The B-movie game also came out 07. Case closed.
Wait, what did?
What game?
Wait, what?
The B-movie game.
Oh, yeah. Well,
all right, who let this guy on the show?
We can
all.
Deadly
Premonition come out?
2009, I think.
Portal came out in 2007. How is this even an argument?
I'm saying, dude.
Did you not just hear the list I just read off from 98?
Yeah, half of it was Nintendo stuff, which I'm like, yeah, Nintendo.
Wow. All right.
I think it was Naughty Dog. Insomniac had Spyro the Dragon. What was it? Konami or Metal Gear?
Metal Gear, yeah. Like fucking. Like,
it wasn't just Nintendo. SquareSoft and Final Fantasy VII, back when they were known as SquareSoft, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So,
Enix wasn't part of any of this shit.
Once again, I love 07. I can name off some bangers from 07 that I really like.
07.
I'm playing it, dude. I've been playing a game from 07 for the past 3 weeks.
07 was a formative goddamn
3,
year.
Bioshock.
What game are you playing?
Yep.
The Burning Crusade. That was January 07.
Oh, wow, classic Burning Crusade. That was 07?
Uncharted.
All right, hold on. So we got a couple comments. We can all say at least Halo 5 was not the best. No, it's the worst. It's by far the worst
yet to
story.
play it.
From what I've heard, Halo 5 is the worst.
Yeah,
You know
Halo
what
5
else
is
came out in
absolutely
07, Bronson?
the worst.
Your
What?
precious. Is it
Yeah, Burning Crusade. Yes, I just said. I just said. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Again,
It's a yeah,
A lot
like
of
a.
hypocrisy in this conversation right now.
Are you,
it's a close second, is what is being said.
that's yeah, like it's
Yeah. 07 is a close second.
it's
Or maybe it's 98 that's a close
We're
second,
going
depending on who you
07.
talk to.
yeah,
Bioshock had
You guys are
survived.
forgetting. You guys are completely forgetting about 2015, which was also a fucking absolute banger.
2015 was good. I actually think 2016 is better.
2015.
When did I
the
check
top-
out, Bronson?
Like you just
You-
want to
you
see
left
the
in
top 3
2013.
games. The top 3 games of 2015 were Metal Gear Solid 5, Bloodborne, and The Witcher 3.
Undertale
Like,
came out that year.
Those there,
That's-
and
that
then
is a hell of a year.
Yeah, that.
Rocket League,
Mario
Rocket League.
Maker.
There's also a lot of bad
Mario
games.
Maker. There's
Always
always
4, Batman Arkham Knight, the worst Batman game. Rise of the Tomb Raider,
Rise of the Tomb Raider was
5,
awesome.
There's
Tomb Raider was
always-
The
good.
first
Come on.
2.
First off, there's always bad games, but you don't get
Okay,
stuff
but-
that,
Bad games
One
is
bad game
See-
every single year.
See,
that video games have-
this is what you should have
Yeah,
said to
that's
get me on board with 2015 is Heroes of the Storm. You know,
The
The
Order.
Order came out in 2015. That
Heroes
game
of the
was
Storm,
dog crap.
Ori and the Blind Forest, Wolfenstein: The
Tw-
Old
look,
Blood,
20
Axiom Verge, fucking what?
2015 was real good. I would actually say I prefer 16 and 17. But, like, I did like me some 2015. But 17, you get Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
You get Mario Odyssey. You get
Yeah.
Horizon. You get PUBG. You get Night in the Woods. You get Cuphead, Nier.
Oh, Near Automata.
Fucking- Yeah,
2016.
2017.
Oh, it's 2016.
No, 2016 has its own great games, but, like, looking at 2017.
Breath of the Wild was 2017.
Yeah, so 2017, like, you know, that
That was a banging year.
I
That
will
was a-
give you 17 has Super Mario Odyssey, probably the best Mario game of all time. So
yeah. All right, we need to get fucking on track with this goddamn movie.
Yeah, we're gonna get back on track. We've gotta.
There are
God of
other
War, God of
venues
War,
for
March
this.
2005 says 0.
Yeah,
There's
2000.
only-
Again,
War,
mid
first God of
2000s.
War game,
Best game of all
2005.
time, 2005.
Mid 2000s were a hell of a time for video games, man.
That game actually brought back my love
I-
for mythology.
I mean,
so.
look, dude, we could do a top 10 years of gaming sometime, sure.
we definitely need to.
I want to be there for that. Like,
Yeah.
Hold up, though. Dude,
Every-
Resident Evil 4, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Shadow of the Colossus, those all came out in 05. I don't know, man. 05, look at Burnout, Revenge,
Again,
Broward.
God of
Okay,
War,
okay, but let me point you to 2004.
Mercenaries.
2004,
Yeah, let's 2004.
2004, you get Burnout 3 Takedown, which is better than Revenge. You get Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, Half-Life 2, Halo
World of
2,
Warcraft.
fucking World of Warcraft. You get motherfucking Fable. You get Jack
I do love
3.
Fable.
Oh,
Yeah, Jack
dude.
3 was
It
kind
came
of
out in 04.
Got you.
there was at one point in time when we were doing our editorial stuff before where, like, because of the pace we had been going at, it came in threes. Like, we had 2004 and then 2007, and we assumed that would keep going. And
2010 was
That's not what happened.
2010 ended up being pretty good though. It was a
Yeah.
good year.
I take all of those years you guys just said, and I raised you in 1999, which
Oh,
was
that's 9.
Donkey Kong 64, Tony
Eh.
Hawk's Pro Skater,
Mm,
Crash Team Racing, Unreal Tournament, Age of Empires 2, fucking Super
Broward
Smash,
2, Rip Does Rage.
Super Smash Brothers, Final Fantasy 8, Resident Evil 3,
Ryan
Driver,
Rose, I have some
Grand
bad news. This is
Grand
what we
Theft Auto
do.
2. Oh my God, Shenmue. Yo, Pepsi, man, that's a conversation.
We're sorry.
Oh, okay, hold on, but like,
But the biggest banger,
Look at Batman Brothers.
is Pokemon Gold and Silver came out in 1999.
Yeah.
in Japan, in America, it came out in 2000.
It's
You're really
original
just gonna
release
ignore
date, son.
Pokemon Crystal?
We go off American release dates, though.
Okay.
Not international,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Unless
Sorry.
they're that close to each other, in which
Yeah.
like the U.S. release dates, then that's fine. But
'cause-
it's U.S. to
Oh,
Iron Rose loves the chaos. So hold on. 2010, mind you, though, we get Mass Effect 2, Red Dead, Limbo, God of War 3, Alan Wake, Mario Galaxy 2, Halo Reach, Rock Band 3, and Civ 5. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Civ 5 is a really good game.
Yeah, alright, so let's get back on fucking track, dear God.
We can get through this.
2011 though.
we
2011.
can do this. We got
Dear Lord, okay.
Come on,
Look,
boys.
I promise we will come back to this.
Yes.
We will come back to this once all this Marvel shit is
Guys,
over.
help! Guys, help! I'm stuck.
So,
I can't.
we're
I'm in a loop.
Close the tab. Close the
I'm in
tab,
a-
Thomas.
I can't. It's so diff. Okay.
Okay, so they start trying to figure out when the Infinity Stones are. Rocket. One line that stands out is like Rocket talking to Paul Rudd. You want to go to? He's like a puppy. You want to go to Space Boy?
You wanna go
You
to
wanna
space?
Little puppy.
Yeah. So yeah, they start figuring out the stones. They figure out 3 of them are in New York in 2012.
Door.
What's that?
Shut the front door is what Hulk was saying. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no. That
I'm
scene.
right.
When
Three
like
stones are in New York.
one of my favorite things, another one of my favorite things about this movie is like in the face of defeat, you see like our greatest heroes like laying on a table and like on the floor like you do with your friends when you're trying to figure something out or talk about something.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
I
it's
was
so
thinking
cool.
too. It's
I
like,
love the
this is
vibe.
just so casual and so
Yeah.
chill, and it's like,
I also love fucking goes just like yeah. The doctor was on what downtown on what was it? Just Bleecker. It's like what kind of doctor was he? Sullivan, the
I know
Bleecker
something meets a magician, rabbit, a hat, something.
meets ear. It's just like ear, nose, and throat meets rabbit in the hat.
Yeah, that's the one.
That was real good, but they go back in time. They have they have their and they break off. You know, Thor goes to see his mom in 2013, or he goes to see Jane, but he has a panic attack and runs off. And Rocket's like, God damn it. And then
Fine, I'll go in.
then you have Nebula and Rhodey going to Morag. You have Black Widow and Hawkeye going to Vormir, and then you have Tony, Cap, and Ant-Man going and Hulk going to 2012. I love how the Hulk has to go talk to the Ancient One, and like she and has that conversation with him. I also love how like Hulk sees himself and he's just like, and Cap's like, look, you gotta stay in cover, maybe smash some things. He's just like, fine, but I think it's gratuitous.
I gotta interject another one of my little issues with this movie. Nebula is completely aware of what needs to transpire on Vormir in order for the stone to be obtained, and she says absolutely nothing. How stupid is that?
It's not stupid.
It's not stupid.
Derek,
it's fucking
Derek,
genius.
Derek. It's because
then they're going in blind, knowing nothing about how to get the stone, and once they meet Red Skull, then that's when they realize, oh, shit, we have to do this.
Yeah, one of you got to get yeeted.
But
that's for that all that happens. Nebula forgets that because guys, the story has to happen.
Hold on. I think she did it. I think she
is stupid. Not
Derek. Derek,
I wouldn't say anything either, probably, but I'm just saying it's
I
definitely.
Hold on. Two things.
No,
One,
Derek, that's definitely an issue. That's what I'm saying.
We got a comment from Iron Rose saying, "Am I the only one who kind of hated that Supreme one was in New York? Kind of seemed too convenient." No, I think that works, especially
the
because
Supreme one.
Yeah, the
Supreme.
ancient one, the Doctor Strange
Supreme
character.
of the time.
It makes sense because they always have to have at least one
In New
holding
York.
down the building in each of their
Yeah.
respective locations. With the Supreme one in New York, I think Wong was in Kong and someone else in the other.
Like London, and then
And London.
And given
Tibet.
what was happening in New York, you would want Sorcerer Supreme.
someone
at
super powerful to handle
starting
that
there.
sort of thing.
So that
Yeah,
makes sense.
that and
Like a
and
New
I,
York
That
kinda
makes sense.
girl.
and like Nebula ignoring that totally makes sense because like, all right, well if they don't go, they might not. If they know, they might not fucking do the deed. So
Yeah, but I
Find the
feel like
pose,
that's,
right?
that's super important to leave out. Like it's like, hey, we gotta get the stone. It's like, oh, by the way, I want to use that. Okay. Yeah, let's get on with everything else. Like that's
Just muttering to yourself, "Oh yeah, but
yeah, yeah. By the way,
I like the idea of Nebula as a character being like, that's just going to complicate things.
and it
Yeah.
I
That
guess,
would-
but it also seems like she would say something because she's smart, she's tactical,
Well, I mean,
so she
she
understands.
mentioned it. She mentioned Vormir
yeah,
and how
know.
that went with Gamora, and that's where he murdered, quote unquote, emphasis on murdered.
In Endgame.
And
But-
Infinity
Oh,
War.
actually, the other person
and
who
that's
was
when Paul said, or Paul Rudd's character Scott went, "Not it." So
actually
he
also
did briefly mention it.
to be fair, if we want to blame another character too, you could blame Tony for that because he was there on Titan
yeah.
when she said that.
Yeah, no, see, it's. I would, like I said, I would probably not say something if I was Nebula, but I'm saying the way it reads to me as the viewer is that they overlooked it on accident, and that's why I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell they dropped the ball on it, not because it was a
Yeah, there was
decision by Nebula and Tony. They just
Yeah.
dropped the ball.
there was no indication that they actually played that into their plan, 100%.
Do we know that Nebula knew that that was a requirement?
I mean, we don't know that for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah.
no, it'd be like they say that. Well, no,
They
Infinity,
know-
Infinity
just-
War. Infinity War heavily implies it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It totally
then-
explains that
But in
Thanos had to
Infinity
kill
War after-
Gamora.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes. That,
Full stone.
She does
I
the
just-
whole like he went there with her and came back without her. What do you think that means?
Yeah, I mean,
and then they put him
that's
to
right.
they put him to sleep, and then he's like, I had to, and then
Yeah, I
Peter
mean,
Quill
it's pretty-
fucks everything into the ground.
Oh, bullshit.
So the thing,
Just an overly emotional bastard.
so you know, Tony and Cap fuck up getting the stone. The
Well, one of
first
them.
one of them, and that's how our lovely Loki TV show gets started, which has been great for the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Then
Did you read the article that I sent you?
which one?
About how it's the highest rated Marvel TV show after.
Yes, yes, and that makes sense to me so far.
After which one? Was it rated after?
It's the high. I can't remember, but I can send it for chat later. But it's basically
Yeah.
how it's the highest rated
Marvel TV show.
TV show. Because
Sure.
for WandaVision, it took a few weeks. For Falcon and Winter Soldier, it took 8 days, and for Loki, it took just 2.
Well, yeah, this
Yeah.
show opens way stronger than the other two. But
Yeah,
that-
it does.
but
yeah.
you know, so and then we get the Cap on Cap fight, which is fantastic.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you know, we get
America's ass.
that is America's
That
ass.
is
Just,
America's
I just like
It really is, though.
also
Like,
also I just also I could do this. I'm like, yeah, I know,
I know.
I know,
I know.
So good.
and it's just like Bucky is alive. What?
yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the elevator scene before that. Elijah, like when he whispers and
Oh,
Yes.
totally dupes them
So
all.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
Cap seems like the smartest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah.
Because he just comes back. He's like, I know if I say these things to these exact people, I will get exactly what the fuck I want.
Yep.
He's amazing. It's just amazing.
So
I mean,
good.
pretty much, yeah.
Makes Tony look stupid almost. He's just like, this is easy, man.
I love the audacity of making the Hulk walk down 80 flights of stairs.
Why did the
I
whole?
was like, this is pure bullshit.
I don't know why the
Like,
whole-
How do you forget that you sent Hulk down the stairs and that he's maybe gonna
I don't know why the
blast you
Hulk
with
just
Yeah.
doesn't jump out the fucking
Just
window.
Jump out the window, or like he's looking down the stairwell, just drop down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he literally.
fucking-
Why?
you-
And
you
some
fucking-
stones can be like, super small.
You fucking
Right.
big green idiot.
Like, yeah, he's probably gonna destroy some stuff in the middle of a battle of New York. Like, oh, boo-hoo.
The city's already destroyed.
Yeah.
You
Thanks
fu-
to fucking Loki and the Chitauri.
yeah, so...
Yeah.
But then,
Tony
Bruce...
Stark looking real dumb in this movie.
Bruce, yeah, he only invented
Man.
fucking time travel in a night.
The
after-
thing about Iron
but that's the
Man
thing,
is
is,
that
like,
he's very
after
good
that-
swings.
Yeah.
That's more destruction.
You know what? I relate to that because, god damn it, sometimes I will have moments where I feel like a fucking genius, and then an hour later I'm the stupidest person in the room.
Yeah.
So,
That's Iron Man's whole thing. Like, that's what's so funny about Iron Man is that, like, you know, through Ultron and Civil War, like, that's just his thing. That's what he does. He'll have a moments of just super high peaks, higher than anyone else, and then, like, also causes the problems of the movie at his lowest.
You gotta have that balance. You gotta have that balance.
They're wide swings, but I think they're balanced.
So-
Very wide swing. I created time travel, but I can't remember this really important moment.
So, so Bruce gets the stone from the sorceress because, you know, explains Doctor Strange.
The wonderful
Gave it
Tilda
away.
Swinton.
Yes.
Less.
Yes.
Less.
And then Hulk gets the stone after talking to his mom and getting his confidence back. You know, just just like, I am worthy. And then
the Mjolnir back to present day. That was.
that
I
was
was surprised he got Mjolnir after drinking and eating and being just a selfish loser for 5 years.
well. That's the thing.
Where did Mjolnir come from?
It's
this is also Thor.
that's timelines
So
Mjolnir.
Before Hela came in and Thor Ragnarok,
So when
and
Yeah, but-
completely destroyed it. So
So
there's
right.
no of
So
This
Captain,
happened before.
yes. So
Yeah.
Did he take it
Yeah.
from other Thor?
yes.
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
so, yeah.
He
Oh,
took
that
it-
poor Thor.
yeah. So
Yeah,
in
that
that
poor guy.
timeline,
Poor buddy.
in that timeline, Thor does not have his hammer.
Shit.
But remember, Cap takes it back. So
That's right.
Or does he take it
We
back?
don't know that. We don't know that.
I'm pretty
We don't-
sure it's in
We
the.
don't know that.
He's holding Mjolnir when he
Hold on, let me.
takes stars back to their respective timelines. So I would assume
Yeah.
that when he's returning the atheist reality,
No, but
he
see
has
that
gone, he's returning Mjolnir to the.
this seems like a 10 years from now we get a show or something about Cap and he's fighting off
Going through
baddies.
every
with the
single
shield.
stone and what the fuck happened with each one.
Yeah, with the shield
I
and
take
Mjolnir.
that shit.
I don't know that Cap gets Mjolnir and immediately returns it as good and as honorable of a person as he is. I'm not 100% sure he returns Mjolnir.
Really?
That just seems like too awesome. Like even for Cap, that seems like too awesome of a thing to give
That's the
up.
that's the
Man
thing.
just
It's,
wants to go back to his girlfriend, man.
That is true, but he
Has to
doesn't.
get back to Peggy.
Another issue
Come on.
I have with this movie, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
This is what happens when you introduce time fucking travel. So
It's funny
What
talking
happened?
about
At
time
least
travel.
everything in
Jesus
these
Christ.
movies.
Talking about the time travel in this movie in this way made me realize it's closest to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where you just like, imagine that
yeah.
you're gonna go back and do this, and then it'll happen now.
I'll actually just get
What?
this out real quick because it's not that big of a deal. But in one of the movies we watched pretty recently, might have even been Endgame or not Endgame,
Infinity War?
War?
Cap just says, you know, he used to want a wife and family, but then after he came out of the ice, he didn't want that anymore. But then after all the shit's over, he's like, oh, I do want, yeah, actually, maybe I do want that again. But and I know he saw Peggy when they were doing their stuff or whatever. But I just thought that Captain America doesn't seem like the kind of guy to contradict himself, and he
well,
kinda did.
also he's had 5 years since the snap to think on it and really
Yeah.
evaluate what he wants.
And,
And there's
and-
a lot that I need to talk about later where
But-
he mentions that sort of
But
thing.
Thor gets, you know, told he's still worthy and figures out his self-confidence and gets told to eat a salad.
That back up.
yeah.
And then cut to fucking Nebula and Rhodey. Fucking, so we just gotta wait for this guy. And then they show Peter, the opening scene of Guardians, but then they cut to it without the music. And it is so fucking amazing.
It's so funny.
good.
That's so good how they make
That's
fun
still
of
a
themselves.
great moment. Every single time I see it, like
Yes.
Galaxy opening here, so good.
Yep.
It's like, so he's an idiot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Incredible.
Knock him out, steal it, and then due to her Wi-Fi getting hacked, Nebula gets knocked out, which...
That's pretty good, nicely.
The thing is
Yeah.
like, she still was able to move, so I don't know why she just didn't fucking finish pressing the button.
Yeah. Like, instead of running to the ship, right, probably just go back. Instead of running away. And be like, oh my god, Thanos is coming to get me on my Wi-Fi network. Oh, fuck, I gotta tell people over these walkie-talkies instead of going back to the future. What are you doing, you fool? You absolute fool.
Yep.
It's just, that bothers me every time I watch that.
Yep, nope, same. And then Tony and them figure out, it's like, well, we know where we can get the last stone, and we know where we can get Pym particles, back at the old S.H.I.E.L.D. base. Because Hank Pym worked there, that's where
New
that's
Jersey, 1970.
Yep. We
Is that
got
how Tony Stark knows this? Like,
Yep.
this exact perfect moment?
Yep.
That's it? Because Hank Pym works for his dad?
Because his dad worked there. And they also know it because of, this is the same S.H.I.E.L.D. base from Winter Soldier. And from the first Captain America.
And Iron Rose points out, last Stan Lee cameo.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up. Thank you,
Yeah.
Iron Rose.
Make love, not war.
Yep.
Which is ridiculous. Especially coming off of Captain Marvel, which is a very, like, gentle, gingerly, like, Stan Lee. And he's like, hey, make love.
Not
Well,
war,
and
man.
if you
Rise
also...
And that's what Stan Lee would want.
Yes, absolutely. Especially
It really
1970
would.
Stan Lee.
And
That-
if you also think about it, 1970, I believe, if I know, right?
How
Yeah.
old would he have been? He
Hmm?
would have been in his 40s, at
Yeah,
least.
40,
Would have been at least
40 to
early to
50.
mid 40s in 1970.
Mhm.
It's about the time of Vietnam.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's what it
Late.
is.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's late Vietnam. So
So-
he steals the.
And that phrase is a big thing. Think about
Yes.
So
and wartime sort of propaganda.
Mhm.
yeah. So Tony goes to steal the stone and meets his father.
John
and he-
Slattery, by the way,
yeah.
really good
Amazing.
actor. I love him to pieces.
It's just like, what's your name? Howard. Just like, what's your last name? Potts.
I find it very funny that Howard Stark just kind of buys his story despite
Just
like
buys the
numerous
bullshit.
moments of presidency.
Yep.
Can't remember his last
Thinking
name.
about it.
I also love how John Slattery's also just basically playing Roger Sterling from Mad Men.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yes,
And it's
this
fucking
man
brilliant.
is just fantastic. Like, holy shit.
Alright, so
Oh,
then Hank Pym gets his little phone call from Captain America to
Oh,
get
yo.
baited out.
it's glowing, and
Good.
the guys don't feel too good, and you might want to check this out.
Excuse me.
Well, did they open it? Did they open it?
Well, yeah, they
Yeah.
had to open it.
It's like, get out of the way.
Oh, his hair is so good
Fucking
in this.
pulls it out. It's just, oh,
Yeah,
that was
right.
great.
Oh, Lori.
Charlie Sheen looking.
So anyway, we
The
got
old timey Ant-Man helmet from
yeah, I like that. I love that we got that little Easter egg as the old school Ant-Man helmet.
oh,
Yep. Yep, that was good. That was really good.
Cap getting his look at Peggy, Tony having his conversation with his dad, like his own little closure he got.
yeah.
Iron Rose in the chat killing it tonight, by the way. We're bringing stuff up.
Yo,
Of course, yes.
So, and then we get, the lady, like, reports them for being suspicious. It's just like, and he had a beatnik beard. Just
Did any of
like,
you guys
Like
recognize
Bee
her?
Gees or
Bee
did-
Gees
from
or...
Community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Bee
Yeah.
Gees or Mungo Jared? Definitely Mungo.
Mungo Jared.
She plays Helen, Josh's boss in Drake and Josh.
Yeah, I know. I recognize
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She's
Oh,
also she's also in that Gabriel Iglesias show. Yeah. But then we cut back to Nebula and them getting the time slip and everything. This movie has to, it has to go through all these real quick. And then finally we cut to Hawkeye and Black Widow and Vormir, and they find out what they have to do. And was it just me, or did this scene just take fucking too long?
Oh my god!
Like, holy shit,
Way
dude!
Way too long.
It was good for the first time viewing in a theater.
Even the first time in a theater, I'm just like, let's fucking move this along.
Who's gonna die?
One of
you is my least favorite.
Yes, one of you get yeeted into this pit. Let's go. Move it.
Go for it.
Nah, whatever. This is
First time I saw it, I was like, I mean, this is great back and forth, but after the second, third, and even fourth time around, I'm
like
you know who's going to die. It goes on.
Yeah, well, we know, like just back and forth, and just like it just goes on too long.
And I really still think that should have been Professor Hulk and Black Widow. Like that they were like teasing it the whole time and building it, and it just would have had more emotional impact. Like, we know these two are friends, but I still think that would have been way bigger.
I don't know about that, Thomas. I don't even think the Hulk is really capable of love.
Comment in the chat.
Wow.
Hold on, comment in the chat. It was long but so emotional. It's from Iron Rose.
Which again,
it really was.
Yes.
And
again,
because they picked the wrong person to die, and we got stuck with Clint.
Oh, don't be hating on Hawkeye.
Dude,
you are in the wrong fucking.
It should have been him. It should have been.
You are with his fucking family. No, fuck no.
That's not always fair.
Zero Cool also agreeing, which same.
It was very emotional.
It's the fact
even
that
the Avengers agree it should have been him. You think they would have all been fucking broken up and crying? If it was Clint?
They would have been broken up and crying either way.
Yeah, man. I just.
Come on.
Just like.
But the problem is with this movie is that you watch at the beginning, you see Hawkeye just like killing people, and Rhodey's like, to be honest, I don't know if we want him back. He's gonna be like this.
He should have not. He should have died.
Yeah, but his family comes back and like. And also, like, he has to train the next Hawkeye for the next Hawkeye movie, so, I mean...
TV show.
TV show, whatever, you know what I mean.
You could have gone either way.
Jeremy Renner a lot, I do. He should have died.
I like Jeremy Renner a lot because he hangs out in Reno all the time, and that's cool.
It would have been a nice sacrifice for his family. Like, that would have been a really nice sacrificial moment. Where he's just like, let me just do this. And it's just like, we know she's... At this point, Black Widow's definitely depressed, but it still doesn't. Yeah, the decision never sat right with me whether it was Black Widow going, or if it was Black Widow with Hawkeye, or if Professor Hulk was there, or any of that shit. Like, I just think that scene was done very wrong.
That scene's not.
I thought it was perfectly fine. Yeah, Fred School should have just put them both over. It's like, it's mine now, fuckers. Oh wait, no, I don't love any of you. Shit.
Dude, Red Skull looks so sick in this movie. Like, obviously he looked good in Infinity War, but we got to see like a close up, and there's more detail in his face. He looks so badass, dude. I love
his cloak is fantastic.
It's so awesome.
Iron Rose. Clint had a family he needed to go back to. Natasha's family is the Avengers. She needed to sacrifice herself for her family. Like, again, both of these ways could have worked, and they have a history together. You know, they reference Budapest in this movie. You know, like, it made sense to me.
Quite frequently.
I just understand why it goes long second, third, and onwards viewings, but for that first viewing, like when you're trying to figure out who's gonna go, that was a good moment.
By the way, linking in the chat, Hawkeye talking about how he loves Reno. Actual fucking news story.
Sure.
What about this? This is just my last little tidbit I want to share about this. What if instead, to create some intrigue, some wonder for the audience, we just see both Nat and Clint go to Vormir, and then we don't see them the whole time they're there. It eliminates that long-ass annoying scene, and then there's all this tension building up, wondering who's going to come back, like through the portal.
And then when everybody does come back, we do see...
And then it's the Red Skull that comes back.
Yeah.
That would have been sick. To like, what's up?
I bet you
villain inside a
did.
villain.
I bet you did not see that coming.
Definitely not. That movie would have been fucking hot garbage if that happened. This is,
Wait, did Red became an Avenger?
no, he would not have been.
No, I'm just I'm just making up dumb shit.
Oh, of course, of
Bullshitting.
course, of course.
That's what Bronson's doing right now. It's just bullshitting.
Red Skull's seen some things, and I could totally like spend an afternoon with him listening to stories. You know what I'm saying?
You may have
probably would be some interesting stories.
He'd probably have some batshit crazy stories and be just. And you'd have some real interesting opinions about the Jewish people afterwards.
He'd probably have some. He'd also probably have some really racist stories.
No, I don't think Red Skull that we see there is like the Red Skull we know from before.
Honestly, Cap would have shit himself, says the Iron Road.
Oh, I completely agree on that.
Oh,
I completely agree.
About that.
Just
Dude, no, Cap should have went and fucking killed Bucky. That's what should have happened.
Well, yeah, but then we wouldn't have gotten.
That would have made more
that
sense.
Would have.
That would have made the most sense.
Yeah,
no one in this entire cinematic universe loves anyone more as much as Cap loves Bucky. I will die on that hill.
I don't know, man. Tony Stark and his daughter, they love each other 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3,000.
His kid's not as cute as Cassie Lang. Not even close.
All right. We need to get this moving.
No. Tony Stark's daughter throws him over the cliff,
and then she becomes Ironheart. Yeah, there you go.
Becomes Ironheart.
Your bedtime story was terrible.
So.
It's a great
they're arguing over who should use the stones, but then, it's gamma radiation, so the Hulk's like, I was built for this.
I'll do it.
Yeah. He does it, but as he does it, Thanos' ship goes through the fucking thing. So they
2004 Nebula.
Yeah, so they bring back Thanos. So Thanos is in the future. He bombs all of them. They're all separated under rubble and shit.
And how's everybody doing? Oh, they're all fine.
Yeah, they're everyone is fucked. It is not a good sign. Gamora breaks free the current day Nebula though, and they're like, "Fuck Thanos." After she explains what happens to them.
We get a chance to be non-competitive sisters. That sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
And then we get the big three. So while everyone else is escaping, Hawkeye's running off with the gauntlet. They're all trying to get free. You have the big main three heroes of this, first 10 years versus Thanos.
Or Iron Man and Captain America.
And it is a great warm-up, man, to the main event. Like, this is... You get to see the three of them fight their best fight against just Thanos. Yeah, and it is fucking good. Yep. Like, it is so goddamn good the entire way through. Like, from the way it opens, just like, Thor, beat me up, and like, Thor shoots lightning into Tony. Also,
and
mind
the whole collaboration back and forth between all
three of them. I also love how they kept Thor fat for this. Love that. That was great.
That was funny. Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
His lightning
5 years of beer will do that to you, man.
Absolutely.
The braids in the beard, just giving that full Viking look, it was just...
Hell yeah.
It's really fun having, like, the person who was, like, the most cut and built and was, like, worshipped for how attractive they were be, like, out of shape, but, like, is still worthy and everything.
Have you seen him now, though?
What's that?
Have you seen Chris Hemsworth now, though?
Yeah, he's like
more cut than he was.
I would assume he's more cut than he was.
He's bigger than like twice the size of this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
I'm waiting for Love and Thunder.
Huge.
Chris Evans.
You know, he's on a Shark Week special coming up, which I'm very excited for. I take Shark Week very serious.
Good. So one of us.
I find so many.
Somebody has to.
Derek, you are an interesting cat, man.
You really are. This is great.
Iron Rose comments shows how they come together as a greater team, even with the past turmoil they had that broke them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after the War and Infinity War. How they
So
Yeah. I also just real quick, I love that they use this trio matchup to showcase that like they couldn't make any movies with Hulk, so he doesn't get to be part of this.
Oh yeah, that was so upsetting. That's
Sorry.
Hulk gets to be Hulk, Rocket, and Rhodey all get to be rescued by Ant-Man. And Clint gets to rescue the Gauntlet, in which he does a fucking killer job of it. Oh my god, him and that underground scenes, like...
With all the...
like...
that was just...
Yeah, like...
That was top notch.
I know that we've been kind of the Hawkeye fan club ever since we started watching these movies. And that shit continues with this movie.
Absolutely.
So Nebula shows up and steals the gauntlet, but other Nebula and Gamora are like, bitch, no.
Fuck you.
Oh man.
So
that was good.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the fight with Thanos and Tony and Thor and Cap, and they start getting the upper hand on him, but then Thanos uses Tony to deflect Mjolnir. He's out cold. Fucking Cap gets fucking whapped away.
His shield breaks in half.
Yeah, fucking Thor's...
That wasn't believable.
That wasn't yet
at all.
Thor's about to take an axe to the chest, but in one of the best scenes in the whole fucking movie, maybe one of the... Literally one of the like the scene that like made the whole theater fucking go nuts.
Oh yeah,
What
lost their fucking mind.
The other one being about what 5-10 minutes later.
Yeah, not even that. Like you see the hammer rise up, and you're like, oh shit, okay, Thor's gonna do it. Like fucking with it, like call it to him, and then no, and then I love Thor's reaction, so priceless. I knew it. Then gets his head kicked in immediately.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so you have the Frisbee and the hammer versus Thanos, and Cap gets some real ground on him. Really fucking beats him up. Yeah, goes off for a good hot minute. But
that's what I've been saying this whole time. Like that he would whoop his ass in a fair fight. I really think so.
Well, no.
Thanos' ass in a fair fight.
Well, no, this was a fair fight because Thanos fucking took that helmet off, ripped that fucking shield in half, and then whooped the living shit out of Cap here.
It was a fight written for Thanos to be defeated a little bit later, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't think Cap,
yes, by a team. Yeah, not a 1v1, bro. It ain't happening.
Nah.
I mean, to be fair, like Infinity War, if the stones were not in play, Thor was on track, but otherwise...
I mean, if we're going off the comics, though, then fucking all these motherfuckers... All these motherfuckers got their ass beat.
Then everyone, including Captain Marvel.
He's not a god.
Yeah.
He's just a Titan.
Yeah, so, Cap gets up as the last man standing, and, you see a giant army and some somber-ass music.
My favorite shot in this whole movie is, just him and then the army approaching.
Yeah, like, you just...
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's one of the best shots in the whole movie, and then you get to hear, "Hey Cap, can you read me?" And just Cap's disbelief, Cap, can you hear? And you got the moment when the second time the theater starts to go nuts as you see the little fucking portal open, and it's Sam and the Black Panther, and then the team from Titan. The Guardians and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and fucking all the armies of Asgard and
Valkyrie.
Including Valkyrie, and then Rhodey and the Iron Patriot and Ant-Man and the Wasp and fucking basically everyone who has been in any of these movies so far, including Howard the Duck, by the way, if you caught that.
Yep.
And it's Avengers Assemble. That's in the chat. Avengers Assemble. and you get that.
What?
Even Pepper in her suit. Yeah, like easily the biggest
Pepper
fucking.
showed up in his suit. Like, holy shit, this was such a good fucking moment.
Yeah, like they gave you everybody.
Her and Tony back to back and going off on everybody.
Yeah, you have fucking M'Baku's in this shot.
M'Baku just bolting in. Oh,
They honestly could have given each of these guys like 3 more seconds of showtime. Just going across it. They just could have kept everything a little bit longer.
Hold on, I'm going through. So Ant-Man takes out one of the big motherfuckers. Black Panther and his crew are taking out fools left and right. Drax jumps on him. It's like
stabbing, and like it's not really doing anything, but it's just Drax stabbing, and it's like, all right, great.
Yeah, then you get
with the daggers.
Yeah, and then you get Tony and Pepper's little back-to-back laser moment.
Shot is that was
and then you have the 360 shot with Cap and Thor, and it's like, no, you take the little one.
And then Thor just goes off with Stormbreaker,
and then Bucky and Rocket shooting, and then Tony's taking out dudes. Big dude hits him aside, and then Peter pulls him back, and you have this like, and then Ant-Man finishes him. Fucking steps on Giant Man, I guess now.
Right, yeah.
And then Peter's being Peter's like, oh, it's Dusty. I must have passed out because I woke up and you were gone. But our stranger was there. He's like, it's been 5 years. Come on, they need us. And he started doing that sparkling, and then Tony just hugs him, just like, oh, what you did? Oh,
this is nice.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Great moment. You get Peter Quill fucking being a badass as Star-Lord. Takes out like. Yeah, is that what we call him when he flies?
Thor calls him Quail.
Oh,
I guess that's later. But,
That's right.
Quail.
And then he gets faked. He gets fucking faked out by New Gamora. Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Which this was good because it's a good payoff for the last movie. Like I always say he was justified the last movie. It was very in character. It's like, I thought I lost you, touches her face, and then fucking just gets kneed in the crotch twice. She's like, don't touch me. You missed the first time. Then you got them both the second time.
You got them both the second time.
It was either him or the tree.
Yeah,
I liked Gamora in that scene.
Yeah, it's just like this was one of the choices. It was your choices were him or a tree. And then subtle callback here. Okay, first off, Falcon impales a giant motherfucker, just swoops in, boom!
I was like,
and then Hawkeye's
every time. It's just fucking great.
Hawkeye's on the run, right? And he's like, get those stones as far away as possible. And you think Clint's corner, that Black Panther shows up and says, Clint, give the gauntlet to me. Actually, a callback to Civil War, because he's like, hey, my name is Clint, in his fight with Black Panther. Black Panther's like, I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're like, and the Hulk's like, we need to get into a time machine, the gauntlet. It was just like, well, it's gone. Just like, wait, that wasn't our only time machine. Fucking presses the Ant-Man countdown.
In the middle of the most climactic fight scene in like the history of fucking movies, and like just, oh, what the fuck is this fan doing
You've
here?
seen an ugly brown van.
Oh, it's so good.
A couple of comments from this. Fun fact.
It's parked.
We missed a couple of comments. Fun fact, first time he actually says Avengers Assemble. Yes, they teased that for many years. Zero says, chills, Wanda, you took everything from me. Thanos, I don't know, even know who you are. We'll get to that. We're going in order.
Oh, that's a good line.
This is a big battle. Like Kukarashi.
I do not like that fucking band.
I loved it.
It just pulls me out. Like, it's like, God damn it. Marvel, stop, please.
No,
yeah,
like,
I'll admit the man pulled me out a little bit too. Like, him and Wasp are in there, and he's saying the battery's dead or something, but then he has to hotwire the battery, which makes no sense.
No. Hold on. I'll get to that.
If you
but
have to jump your car, it's not making the alarm. I'm sorry.
well,
Get
I don't
fucked.
think I don't think it had to deal with power, but I think it had to do with the quantum tunnel. But we'll get to that. But no, I love that because like once again, just like Infinity War, they sample each character's movie, and that totally would have been a scene from a fucking Ant-Man movie. That
It really
That's true.
For sure.
Still doesn't make it better.
So yeah, Wasp and Ant-Man fly in to the van, and Wasp starts working on it. And they say the quantum tunnel is dead. And so he has to hotwire. So instead of it being on a generator, they're gonna hook the quantum tunnel to the car's battery. So he has to hotwire it.
Hence why he's pulling the wires from up top instead of down below where he has to hotwire.
So yeah, and then Black Panther shows up like I mentioned earlier. He says, "Clint, give it to me." And like this scene feels like it was very much edited in later after Black Panther became like the biggest blockbuster in the fucking universe.
I mean,
and I don't blame them for doing it. And it's a great part. Let's see. It is legitimately a 1 hour long fight scene. And it feels like it's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do. And that's hard to do, especially for me, because long fight scenes, I eventually start to tune out. But this one, every time, I'm literally just like...
Just eyes right there, just glued to the screen, watching every single...
Because there's so many references and different pieces and different moving parts and shit you catch in the background. Like, like at one point you see Giant Man holding one up to get cut in half by one of Doctor Strange's portals. So Black Panther gets beamed by Thanos directly, but then Wanda shows up. It's just like, you took everything from me and don't even know who you are. And then
who are you?
Wouldn't Wanda be stronger than Thanos?
She is. She showcases that here.
But apparently,
this is a very big showcase of Wanda's almost full extent of her powers when she...
No, but I mean enough to just disintegrate him immediately.
If once she knows about them, yes, but like remember...
Or she at least could have even taken, like, she could have protected herself from that onslaught as well.
Oh, the rain fire.
Yeah.
Even...
Rain... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, even without her being, like, super focused on it, she still would have enough power to stop it. Even last second.
Yeah, so...
I mean, she ripped the stone out of Vision's face.
Yeah.
So rain, fire... Doctor Strange has to go stop a flood. The bombardment continues to happen. Just completely wrecking shop. Spider-Man has the gauntlet with instant kill on. He's getting swarmed. And then quality Civil War reference. Hey Queens, heads up. Throws Mjolnir, and he fucking attaches to it for a ride.
Love it.
Beautiful fucking moment. And then, gets rolled away with the gauntlet, and then Pepper catches him. But then the bombardment is still, then he gets thrown up to Valkyrie. But then the bombardment continues to be too much, and, he's trying to protect it with, the arms and everything. And Groot is, like, trying to protect, or Rocket's trying to protect Groot, and he's yelling, and it shit's bad, man. Bucky gets fucking blown away. Korg gets blown away. But then the firing stops. And it all just starts going to space. And then it is Captain Marvel. She fucks that thing up. Real good.
Right.
Which What?
She just comes in like a fucking bat out of hell.
Yeah, which I'm glad.
Oh man, levels it.
I'm glad they saved her for this very end because, like, otherwise it would have felt unearned.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad that she doesn't come in until the last possible second.
Yeah.
It's just like, hi, I'm Peter Parker. Hey, Peter Parker.
You have something for me?
I liked her long hair better.
I like her with the short hair.
I like everything about her better in this movie. She actually, like, the Russos actually provide direction for her and a better script.
Yeah.
I love the Russos as directors.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Then we have that girl power scene, which is just the
I
most.
enjoyed
Not
that.
cringe, dude.
It's in.
It's like 5 seconds.
It's so cringy. Like
Yeah,
it
the
doesn't
fact
it
that,
doesn't
like,
feel
they don't-
natural at all.
They don't
Lo-
call. They don't even like to be like, hey, let's fucking help him out and jump in. It's just like random. Oh, we just all randomly ended up here, and we're awesome.
And all
It doesn't really bother me. But...
just so cringy. Like the one in
No.
Infinity War is way better. It feels natural. Because Infinity War has one of these also with Wanda,
Yes.
Black Widow,
Oh
and
yeah, when they're in
Okoye.
that trench against
yeah,
What
against
Midnight Proxima.
yeah,
Midnight Proxima Midnight.
yeah,
Black
and it's
Widow wipes the blood off her face, and she's like,
Yeah.
"That's gross."
yeah, and it's just way more natural. This is just like
Like, you
this is like
It seems a little much.
here is our if the audience likes this, here is our test for an all-female Avengers eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like this?
To me, this is
Sound off in the comments for us.
we recognize that this movie is a cultural moment. Let's have some fun with this hour-long battle.
Let's
In that context, I am
the,
perfectly fine with
the
what
thing
they've done.
is you could have done that but made it feel way more natural.
You could have.
oh,
I just don't
oh,
have a problem with the way they did it.
I
When
totally
I
do.
saw this movie the second time, there was like this girl like a couple seats down, and at that scene, she was like all like jazzed about it. She was like, "Oh yeah, the ladies," or something like that.
Yeah.
Her comment was more cringy than the scene.
Also,
And that's for a specific portion of the audience. All right, let's.
yeah, just like.
Fun.
Also, I'm like, really? Does Captain Marvel need this help?
No,
What
that's
the-
true.
I mean,
He
Have
doesn't.
help.
What?
He doesn't really need.
What the
that.
fuck?
He doesn't really need any help.
What the fuck is Mantis gonna do? But okay, if that Mantis doesn't even have a
Mantis almost
seed.
got that gauntlet off.
Yeah, what's she gonna do in this scenario? Yeah, Captain Marvel just blows up
again.
like 6 fucking tags.
Yeah,
Fucking
no, Captain
beast.
Marvel alone.
Like, you know, and like, you know, they provide a little backup against Thanos. They drop him, but he still throws the blade to blow up the fucking time machine.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they're like, "We're fucked. Now we have to get the gauntlet."
You know what makes this scene weird is it's just weird seeing Pepper Potts with the fucking Iron Man suit around her
Yeah.
face.
It's a little weird. Yeah, like,
It really that
A little.
really takes me out of it, to be honest.
I mean, who knows what happened in these 5 years?
yeah. I mean, he does talk about like making her that suit.
Yeah, that is true.
But-
Another problem with like, it would have been nice to see what happened during these 5 years, but just this movie's already 3 hours.
Let's see, Iron Rose. She just flew her body into a giant warship, but yeah, sure, help her out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The most unnecessary backup of all
not going-
time.
She's not going to turn down help or at least a distraction.
She's just like, hello, bait.
Never turn down a distraction.
Yeah,
Ever.
right. Yeah.
So, Thor and Cap try to keep Thanos busy. He fucking whoops both their asses at this point. Then, Captain Marvel comes in and just gives Thanos the hands.
The business.
Like,
Giving
just...
them hands, baby.
She, like, he throws her, but then she grabs the gauntlet so he can't use it, and he headbutts her. Nah.
Nah.
Nah, fam.
But in
Nah.
Like trying to
That
headbutt a
look of,
Samoan in
oh,
pro
shit.
wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't try that shit.
But in a
That
smart...
shit look that Thanos had.
And
When
then,
he it was just like,
yeah, then she's just like, ugh. But in a fucking smart movie, pulls one stone out and is just like, bitch!
Yeah. And
Yep.
hits her with
he
it.
pulled the Power Stone. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
yep.
Mhm.
And Iron Rose says, yeets are out of the movie.
Bye. Whoops.
So then Tony looks at Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is like, the one shot, bro. And then Tony goes to stop him, and someone pointed out something to me about. So this isn't about this gauntlet and about the stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that gauntlet made out of?
Metal.
Nanomachines. They're all so that's how they got moved over to his gauntlet. Is he touched the gauntlet and had the nanomachines moved to
The
him?
stones went
Alright.
from
Yeah, of
Thanos to
Yeah.
Tony's.
Sure.
Yeah. And then,
Nanomachine, son.
and then Thanos says,
I mean, I love to see it.
and then Thanos gives his liner of just like, I'm inevitable, but then realizes, fuck. And then Tony, being the absolute badass that he is, I am Iron Man. Fucking, ooh.
Awesome.
Just absolute fucking... And all of Thanos' army and Thanos turn to dust, and you get this sad-ass scene of all the people closest to Tony on that battlefield being like, hey, Mr. Stark, we won. We won, it's Peter. Peter, we won. And then...
Yeah, I really rubbed having my heart ripped out by a different Tony and Peter scene. That was just fucking awesome.
Oh, God, not again.
I still cry. I still cry every time I watch this movie. That scene.
It gets, it gets close. It doesn't give me a cry, but it gets close every time.
Yeah.
It's like that scene and the Guardians 2.
Oh, Guardians 2. But the part, Pepper Pepper understands him best of all, though, because she goes over to him and is like, you can rest now. You can, like, Peter's all crying and shit, and Pepper goes over to him, and he's like, hey, and Tony, hey, Pep.
I do not enjoy watching that part.
Hey, we got a comment in the chat from Rose.
Okay,
Still crying. I was walking out of the theater.
Oh yeah, so dude.
I agree.
So was my roommate. So was my roommate, and then the next week, so was my at the time girlfriend. It's just a Friday. Life functions critical. And just Tony just looks at her, tries to smile, like blood coming out of his mouth, and entire right side of his face. And she's like, Tony, look at me. And he groans, we're gonna be okay. And she's just trying to put him at peace. It's like, you can rest now. Because that's he never rested because he just wanted to protect everyone. And then she's like, you can tell she's trying to hold back crying because he's fading out, and then the light finally dies and he fades out, and you have the Iron Man. You have Hawkeye returning home, and then you have Tony's last speech, and then the funeral scene, man, where it shows everyone in black, including the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke earlier when everyone came through the portals, the fight, and I was like, yeah, everyone showed up but the kid from Iron Man 3.
There he is.
The scene that makes me fucking almost cry like a bitch, though, is when Happy is talking to Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
just like
cheeseburgers? Yeah, your dad, I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, just an Iron Man, in the first Iron Man, all he wants is to go to Burger King after he gets out.
Dude, if I was in that situation, though, same. Except it wouldn't be Burger King. It'd be a better burger restaurant, but still.
Hopefully In-N-Out Burger.
That would be bigger.
I went to an In-N-Out for the first time when I was down in Denver. Because they just opened one out outside of Colorado Springs.
What'd you think? Did you like it?
That was some good shit. I can see why you like it so much.
It's not my favorite, but it is probably one of my favorite chains. So
it's up there on your list. Like I said, it's why you like it.
Yeah, so so then we get the post-funeral stuff with, Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch. We get the Thor and Valkyrie. Well, Valkyrie's now leading the Asgardians. Then we get Asgardians of the Galaxy. Peter going to look for Gamora, and then having their ego competition.
Or joining the party.
Just like
because you need to have chaotic neutral.
Yeah, just like everybody knows who's in charge. Everybody knows who's in charge. Me, yes, you. Of course.
Shouldn't Rocket be in charge? Like, he's actually the leader, right?
No, it's Peter. No. Peter is actually the leader.
Peter's the leader.
Peter is actually the leader.
He's the leader.
Yeah.
Look, there's only one character. There's only one character you can play in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which is coming this year. There's only one character you can play, and that's Peter Quill.
I'm so fucking stoked for that game. Oh my god.
I am pumped for that. Like, oh my god, that shit looks so good.
But in Infinity War, like, Rocket's saying that he's the captain. And
Well, no,
he's
No, that was a joke.
That was a joke, and then him saying like, "All right, you got to be the captain." That's him saying he needs to do what Yondu and Peter do.
That.
Oh yeah, that's just him joking.
Like when they're talking about the pod. I'm just saying, I think Rocket's more captain worthy. I think he's certainly got more balls than Peter. But
that is for sure.
You know,
but he's not the captain.
It's like Drax said. Peter's not a man. He's just a dude. He's just a dude.
Oh wow, you're okay.
Wow.
Hard, are we?
Iron Rose says Harley Keener, which is the name of the kid. I did not know.
Oh,
I did not remember his name from that movie.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, we get go take the stones back, and Mjolnir back. You see it Mjolnir in the shot. It is in the shot. Just checked. And they go back, and you know, he's like, "Where the fuck is he?" And then just old man Cap sitting there being like, you know, like, "Hey, I lived a good life." Just like, you know, he puts on the shield, just like, "How's it feel? I belong to someone else?" Well, it doesn't. And one thing that someone actually put out is like, you know, when he was first given the powers of the super soldier and that shield, that German man, you know, always said, just like, it's just like, "I want you always to be a good man first," you know, and that like
with a good heart.
With a good
and
heart.
That's basically what Steve saw in Sam, when he had a good was of holding the mantle of Captain America, just like we all knew that was worthy of holding Mjolnir.
How did Cap put the stone back in the cube other than the one into the scepter if he can't touch them? I mean, he can touch them. He just, I don't know how the fuck he did put it back in the cube though. That one's a good question.
What's the stuff that's around the stone that makes up the cube?
Oh, the Tesseract?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What is that? What is that material?
That's a good question.
Not
Maybe
sure.
It's just a big ass piece of dry ice with some LED.
You don't want to touch that directly.
Definitely not, dude.
No.
Then it cuts back to them in the, you know, him in the 50s with Peggy, and you know, he gets his, you know, scene. He gets his happy ending. Yep, and then we get to see credits for every single person who's been involved with this shit, dating all the way back to Natalie Portman, and we get to see the signatures for the main Avengers.
Which that was a nice touch. That was a nice.
That was really good. That was really good. I liked that. And then we don't get a post-credit scene.
Yep, no mid or post.
So,
but it happens.
Wait, isn't there some sort of Easter egg post scene where there's like audio only but no video?
There's audio of fucking Tony in the first movie. The cling, cling,
cling. One when he's held captive in that cave in Iron Man.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, what is it out of 5? 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. What are we talking?
5.
5.
5.
It's 5.
It's 5.
Really, guys? We talked about it having problems, and we're giving it a perfect 5.
Do it. Do it, Thomas. Say it.
Despite its flaws, despite its flaws, it is.
Despite its flaws, it's a perfect movie.
Oh, okay. First off, 5 never means perfect here.
Especially from a 1 to 5 scale, you can't.
5 is 100%.
Oh my god, this is not a report card.
We don't have, since we don't have halves. Like if we did, I'd probably give this a 4.5. But
if we did have that half scale, I would probably give this about 4.5.
Yeah, if we were running on a 10-point scale, this would be a 9 or a 4.5. But if I have to choose between 4 and 5, 80 or 100, 80 or 100, it definitely leans closer to a 5. It's a 5.
So, Infinity War would be the closest thing to a 5.
Would you give Infinity War a 5?
I would give Infinity War.
No, wait, but did you give it a 5?
No, someone was suspiciously not on our show for
I was
Infinity
not there.
War.
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah,
not
you weren't
suspiciously.
on
That
for
was
your
the one
favorite movie.
I wanted to be on for that one.
I
And
know you did, which made me all the more suspicious.
why is that suspicious?
I don't know.
Thomas,
Your
did
plans.
Endgame or
I don't
Infinity
know,
War get
Aaron.
better
Thomas
or
be
worse?
acting a little sus.
It's a little sus. I don't know.
All right.
Of all the movies to defend.
Anyways, both of those movies are a 4.
Okay,
Wow.
so it's a 4.
They are still absurdly good.
It was a
but they are
scene
not-
of Smart Hulk
they
right
are
before
perfect
Cap
for
and
this.
Nat talk to him. He jumps out of a burning building and talks to a few fighter fighters with a satellite dish.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
An end
right.
credit thing. Okay. with
There
the
was
re-release.
the end credit scene in the re-release. I forgot
I
I
about
haven't
that.
seen that.
Guys,
Wait, what?
alright, so,
What are we talking about?
well,
It was
it's...
a deleted scene that
It's-
never got fully
yeah.
made, and there was a lot of CG reproduction.
Okay.
Sort of
So
thing,
that's in
so-
the re-release, but not on my 4K Blu-ray because I rewinded to the end. That scene was not on.
Yeah,
No.
no.
There.
It might
kinda
just
like,
it might just be a
bonus
deleted
feature,
scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I'll put the special
Yeah.
disc in and check it
Yeah.
out.
Check your special features somehow.
Yeah.
But I do remember that scene. For sure.
Alright, so... Alright, hey, Aaron, where would you put this on this list?
Number 1.
Kat? Emily, where are you putting this on this list?
I have it at number 1 too.
I have it at number 4. Derek, where are you putting this at this list?
I don't know. I think Thomas is right. I think this movie maybe is a 4.
Alright, where would you put it, though?
I have a lot of problems with this movie, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
It's,
That's fine. We got a full ranking list in the coming fucking
I'd put
weeks.
it number 2. I'd put it number 2 behind
Number-
Infinity War.
Number 2. Alright, what about you, Thomas?
I don't know why I'm okay. It's what is it? One. I would put this 8th.
Wow! Whoa, baby. Okay, so we have a 1, a 1, a 3, a 4, or a 2, a 4, and an 8.
Yep.
So,
You're right.
So given that ridiculous
Bitch.
math,
given
it
the
basically
given
goes to number 2.
so it sounds like a number 3, considering fucking Thomas's insane average, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's
This is a
insane.
shady
I know.
Oh my
We're-
god.
We're literally all this whole time we're talking and agreeing on some like really good points about the negatives in this movie, and I know that we talked about more negatives than were in Infinity War for sure. And you guys are putting it at number 1. That makes no fucking sense to me. Just because it's the cover.
Did you watch my criticism
watched-
of Infinity War?
no, and two of us and two of us hold up, two of us put it below Infinity War. So no, you have a divided room with you splitting us. This would probably be number 2 right now, but your vote probably skews it to 3.
Hang on a second. I overlooked something. I don't really think I view Infinity War and Endgame as 2 different movies. I think it's one long-ass 5-hour movie, 6-hour movie. So they're actually going to have to be the same for me. So I guess they're both.
Okay, but we don't do that. You gotta. Is it 1 or is it 2? Which
But
would you
it's-
rather
but
watch?
it's-
I would rather watch Endgame.
I'd rather watch Infinity War.
But I mean, it's like, they're not really 2 different movies, are they?
I know, but
I mean, they released as 2 different movies, man. That's
Yeah, that's
the
the-
thing.
Kill
That's-
Bill
They are.
releases 2 different movies because the Weinstein Company is greedy and wanted to, have
I mean,
2 releases,
fair,
But it's one
but, like,
movie. It is one movie.
This is part of my criticism with Infinity War. It is, I'm going to say again, I voted to have it at the top of this list as it currently is. I'm just gonna say right now, I had a great time with this movie. Now, since we're basically nitpicking to get these places where they are, That movie is one fucking note of 2 hours and 30 minutes of Thanos blowing through everyone and nothing changes. It doesn't change at all.
Yeah, but this is reversing those changes the entire time.
Exactly, but like the stakes are still high there. Like Thanos, like you think they came up with this clever time travel plan, and Thanos is like, oh cool, they gathered all the stones for me. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna arrive right there.
And
like, God damn it, Thanos is still Thanos.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Oh.
Actually, no.
Thanos isn't Thanos.
Thanos is
Thanos.
he's way less interesting in this movie.
He's completely
really
He's
not
very
likable at
neutered
all.
in this.
You don't.
I actually like him a lot in Infinity
I
War.
actually like. I thought the same way, and then watching it again, it's like,
No,
this is still the Thanos.
He's 100% regressed back into full-on Mad Titan. Like,
Because he sees that people are going to try and resist him, and so he had to come up with a different plan to deal with that.
Right,
no
but
charisma in this movie, which is really painful.
yeah, that's the problem. He
Yeah.
doesn't have like he turns into your fucking Hornets, your fucking Ironmongers in this.
he's a
versus
he's a warlord in this movie, whereas in the other movies, in Infinity War, he seems like he's ready to just be the emperor of everything and just execute his plan, and that's what he's ready. And he knows what it costs, and he sympathizes with these people in Infinity War. He sympathizes with some of the characters. Yeah, he knows.
With them here.
No, he does not. He just says,
absolutely has lines.
I'm gonna wipe the slate clean, and they'll never even know that you existed.
Yeah.
Like, there's no sympathy in any of those lines.
versus Stark. I hope they remember you.
Yeah, that's powerful.
You guys are ignoring fucking lines, but
Stark,
that's
I
There's
remember-
one
you
line
want
in
to play
this
that
movie,
way.
and it's
Wait,
I
which
am
line?
inevitable. It says it like 8 times.
Wait, which lines, Aaron? I'm just.
What was the line? It was how did it say exactly? It was about losing. It was about denying the truth. It was when the three of them were there.
They couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't live with your loss, and that's not sympathizing.
That is
That's
totally fucking Thanos, though. That is totally fucking Infinity War Thanos. Where to lead you right back to me.
But he was just being egotistical. He wasn't being relatable.
It's the same fucking Thanos. You people are fucking liars.
No, you're fucking out of your fuck.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, Endgame is number 2 for me. Infinity War is definitely the better movie.
Shit.
Infinity War is a way better movie.
That's a fucking one-note movie. I would never watch
Yeah,
that.
this is a one-note movie.
No,
Are
it
you
is not.
fucking kidding me?
No, it is not.
This is a time travel bullshit movie.
Hell yeah,
They literally have to
yeah,
use
yeah.
time travel to get themselves out of the fucking hole they dug.
Yeah.
That is the
And it was
ultimate
entertaining to watch them
cop-out.
Figure that out.
Oh
But
my
it's-
god.
Yeah, it
Endgame
isn't.
actually
They don't figure it out. They go to Tony
No.
and Tony's like, "Oh, one night I got it."
And then you get to go along the ride, try to figure out how time travel works. They debunk the other movie like bullshit time travel stories, and then their plan goes wrong, and they got to figure that out. Beyond that, it's fun.
It is.
You know
It is a
what, give
fun
this
movie,
A little bit of a bump, though.
and it's still a good movie.
The difference in this movie is there are multiple points in this movie where I kind of tune out for a bit, or I'm like, okay, I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen next. Versus the entire time I watched Infinity War, I am on the edge of my seat.
Oh, for
I am
sure.
like, is fucking Thanos gonna pull it off? You know, like we obviously
I could never
know.
watch Infinity War ever again, and I'd be fine.
Oh,
It goes back to what Derek said, where it's like I want to watch it together with Endgame. If I'm watching it by itself, fuck that.
Okay, but that's the thing. You want to know what I want to watch of Endgame? I just want to watch the last hour. I want to watch that big battle scene and then nothing else.
But before you watch the first hour, we gotta watch Rhodey pretending to strangle baby Thanos, because that's the
Did we just watch
funniest-
that on
that's
repeat
the
for 1 hour?
funniest
Yeah.
comedy beat in maybe this whole saga, because the look on his face, and they're like, Jesus, bro.
He just shakes his hand. It's like he's really putting strength into that, into strangling that imaginary baby.
When did you
he was
become
really going for it.
Tony? When did you become? Hold on. When did you become a time god, Tony? Last night.
It's like the line in the first Avengers. When did you become such an expert on astrophysics?
Last night.
Last night.
Infinity War doesn't feel bloated or rushed. This movie is bloated and rushed.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely feels rushed.
Like
It's
I'll say
definitely
this:
rushed.
that that first 2 hours, I'm entertained, but it's a bumpy ride. That last hour is incredible. The entire 2.5, almost 3 hours of Infinity War, with the exception of a little bit of drag, I think Wakanda goes on a bit too long. Fucking, I am at the edge of my seat. I am like, is Thanos gonna pull this shit off? Is fucking like, dude, what is up? Versus like I'm like, all right, can I just get to the big fight scene already?
Yeah, it's a fight, and it's like these interesting character arcs that just meld together through this one huge story, and you see like that. You see this culmination of all this work they've done. We're talking about in the movie and out of the movie, and that like in Infinity War nails that to a T with everything. With every message they've sent, every character relationship they've built over the time.
I will say
Thanos just coming in and fucking it all up.
I will say that that fucking 1 hour fight scene might be one of the best fight scenes of the fucking movie ever.
Dude, I almost even considered just watching the last hour of this movie thing, like just going straight to the fight. And
like that's all. Like that's the thing when I go to remember this movie is like that's all I kind of end up going back to.
Yeah,
is
the fight scene between Thanos.
That end fight scene is so fucking good.
Yeah, that's what catapults this movie. Those epic moments they have, they're so fucking epic. They're so great. But it allows you to like sometimes to ignore like the rest of the shit that's happening because it's so like Cap picking up the hammer. Holy shit! Yes. Like yeah, absolutely epic moment. And personally for me, that character development and how Thanos' work and how he fits into the story structure so perfectly in Infinity War just tops it because it's so well crafted. Anybody can put a hammer in Cap's hand, but not many people can have not many people can write such a great movie with really good dialogue and also have the performances and emotion to back all of that up. Like that's what puts Infinity War like up and over even all the rest of the movies. Like I'll continually say it. This movie itself belongs on a different list that none of these movies are ever allowed to go to.
Aaron is
I think that
you want to have your bullshit list, you can. That's fine.
Aaron is so bad at
need you to know.
Thomas, would you?
Just because you like to have the heroes lose, that's fine.
I guess you just like to have the heroes win if we're gonna be that pedantic.
Thomas, would you rather watch Suicide Squad or Endgame?
Ooh, I haven't seen Suicide Squad.
Oh my god. No, Derek, I'm not that fucking, that's absurd.
I haven't seen that movie yet, so I don't know.
I'd rather watch Suicide Squad than both of the movies.
Wow, whoa. Wait a minute. We're getting into territory I can't follow.
He's trying to start a fire.
We're going to save the DC conversation for another.
Let's do it.
I'm a DC.
We lost 4 viewers off of that comment.
My memory.
We lost 4 viewers off of that comment, by the way.
Oh, sorry guys.
4 people were just like, I can't. What? No.
Like I said, we were going to save the conversation for another time.
Okay, so.
Stealth Knight says Civil War flew too close to the sun, so Infinity War could soar throughout the known universe.
Oh, get him.
Thank you, Stealth Knight. By the way, Stealth Knight, we talk Marvel movies every Tuesday. Please give us a follow. Future. And TV shows.
Until Aaron has me killed.
He's gonna have to get 3 of us motherfucking killed, apparently.
No.
Apparently he's gonna have to get 3 of us murdered. Because, like, I mean, to be fair, this...
I'm not willing to die for a list. This will come back another way.
This fucking... I mean, yeah, this movie, like... You know, like, on my personal list, Endgame's, like, number 5 or 6. Like, I think it's a great movie.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know where this ends up on my personal list.
Yeah, like,
I just know that Infinity War ends up below that.
Like, I know on my, like, personal list, it's, like, 5 or 6. It's a great... That purely because that end fight scene is just fucking incredible.
Yeah, I think I have Endgame in my top 5.
It's... let's see. It's my favorite film, but Infinity War is such a marvelous Avengers film, so I couldn't agree more. Alright, so... what is the compromise rating everyone is willing to take for
Wait, so
Endgame?
I'll take
would
it
it be
for
like
me.
number 2? Wouldn't it be number 2?
Well, so you're saying 2, they're saying 1, he's saying 8, I'm saying 4.
After this
I'll compromise
conversation,
at 3.
we should our numbers should be. I don't know.
All right, so what is everyone's compromise number? So, Emily, go ahead, please, because I don't know. Iron
okay,
Rose says it should be number 2.
I have it at 2 or 3. That's my compromise.
My compromise number is 3.
Wait, bro, didn't you say 4?
No, that's
Well,
that's number where I would put it if I was
You would
making
put it at
this
four.
list.
Oh,
Aaron and
okay,
I would put it at 1.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
put
Derek, I
DC
think you
movies
said
on my
2.
personal list just to fuck with you guys.
We're all gonna have different number ones.
Man,
Look,
I
we're
mean,
gonna go
I'm
watch
gonna
bad
go-
DC movies later, okay?
Yeah.
Oh God, I can't.
I'm not excited for that.
Maybe we could have our beer venture during
Fucking
Yeah.
yeah, Thomas and I'll just get blackout drunk alone in New York and Reno.
I'm not going to stretch this out. I really don't think it should even be above Strange, but I will compromise at 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so you
That is-
say
that is my
4,
compromise.
she says 2 or 3, I say 3. Derek, what's your compromise spot?
I'll do 3.
Aaron, what's your compromise spot?
1. Based on fucking Infinity War being at 2.
Oh my god, for the love of fucking
Then
God.
hang on a
Hold
second.
on,
What-
We're coming back here in 2 weeks!
I know.
Just pass the bill!
You
it
guys
really
pick
2
a
weeks?
number then.
Oh yeah, it is.
Alright, then it's fucking... It's
Wait,
fun.
no, it's 3 weeks.
It's 3 weeks, sorry. Alright, so...
what's
Because 2 weeks
Thomas's
is Black
number?
Widow.
Right,
Huh?
right.
Thomas, you saw him with the 8.
Stealth
No, I was
Knight!
saying my compromise.
Everyone-
My compromise is 4.
Everyone shut up for a
Okay.
sec. Stealth Knight, thank you for the follow, you beautiful
Thank you.
person. We
Thank
also
you very
got a
much.
Discord where we talk about these fucking movies and these
Yep.
fucking video games.
Okay, hang on. I
Yeah,
just
we talk
added
a
up
whole
the
lot of shit in the
numbers.
Discord, so
Yeah, we do.
I'm doing
I
us. We
just
hang
added up
out.
the numbers and divided it
Shit.
by 5, and it comes out to 3. So it's not even an argument. The math just answers.
Okay, math says it's 3.
The math says
Math.
it's 3.
Matt.
Now that's fine.
3, 3, 3, 4, 1 comes out to 2.8, which rounds up to 3.
Okay, so for the time being, until 3 weeks from now, in which this motherfucker's, you might as well just ignore this shit, because it's gonna get a hacksaw taken to it.
Yeah.
Like the bottom, like 4 probably right, maybe 5. But like Jesus Christ.
Everything after that is just
The hell of a list.
All right, so. All right, no, this list is not final. In July, once we finish all these movies and Black Widow, we're gonna come back here very early in the day and reorder them from back to front.
Derek, get that garbage out of
Get
here.
fucking.
That
You're
is
gonna offend
so
someone.
bad.
Oh my, that's just, don't make me box over your camera.
That movie makes me embarrassed to say I'm a DC fan. Get it out of here.
Zero's
I was
is
gonna say-
scary.
I have to deal
God damn it.
with his shit and all of this when I see Black Widow with you. Oh, damn, it's so bad.
Okay, so
That's the list.
from worst to first, we have Hulk, Thor: Dark World, Thor, Captain Marvel,
Oof.
Iron Man 2, Iron Man. What is he doing now? Iron Man, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor: Ragnarok,
There's
Iron
not.
Man 3, Ant-Man, Captain America: The First Avenger, Doctor Strange, Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Avengers Endgame, Avengers 2012, Avengers Infinity War. Because we're
Iron
very...
Rose, we can't get into this. Look,
Dude.
3 weeks from now,
Watch
We're
the
very
Winter Soldier
split on that movie. We're
Yeah.
very split on that fucking movie. Okay.
Well, Winter Soldier, yeah, I'd have it higher.
And
So
I would honestly
Loved it.
probably have it a little lower, but anyway. So
Why am I friends with you, Bronson?
so anyway, next week we are doing Far From Home, and that'll be ranked on this list, and then we're doing Into the Spider-Verse. That's not being ranked. We know it's not an MCU movie.
It's just for funsies.
It's just
Yep.
for fun, so we can talk about how great that movie is, and it's an excuse
Yep.
to watch that movie again.
I'm
Absolutely.
sorry I had a laughing fit there. I couldn't help it.
I was
Then-
going to say.
We
Then-
couldn't notice.
Then the week after that is looking like
Marvel Cinematic Universe television series, so it's
the TV
Falcon and
shows.
Winter Soldier.
Falcon, Winter
We're not
Soldier.
ranking those either, are we?
No, we're
No,
just
that's
talking
a
about.
completely separate
WandaVision
list.
number 1.
And then we have Black Widow. And then we have fucking ranking this monstrosity on the 20th.
Woo!
That's
Yeah,
gonna
boys.
be a fun time.
That's
We all gotta get the same beer.
I don't drink beer, so
Yeah.
I'm not really
no,
a beer
unfortunately.
person.
If
There is
that's
a really
the
good beer.
case,
There is a
Aaron,
really
we
good
might have
beer.
to meet up before
I'll
that final episode, just so I can get you the good shit. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm
I
all for
will.
it.
I will like always bring my vanilla Coke.
Hell yeah, bring your vanilla Coke.
So
Well, hold on a second. What were you saying you were gonna have to deal with at Black Widow?
Your
your fucking insanity.
yes, that's what I was talking about.
I'm gonna take deep offense to that because no one has better movie theater etiquette than me.
Your fucking mental sickness.
Man, trying to find a seat with this guy. This man has
Oh
rules.
God, really?
Oh,
What are
yeah.
they?
Always
I've been
said
going to
was,
movies probably since I was a little kid. My brother works at an A.
always
Sure.
said about the seats,
Okay.
Aaron. I said it's hard to have a good time when you have someone behind you kicking the back of your seat.
See,
I've never had that happen. to me.
I can't speak for the Seattle theaters, but I can speak for the one in Reno. The Reno IMAX, what you want is row C, table number, or seat number 3 or 4. You get a table, so you can put all your snacks there. You're far enough away to where you can see the entire thing, but not craning your neck, and no one is behind you. It's
See, that sounds
beautiful.
great.
I
I've never once had someone be behind me and not kick the back of my seat and me have to turn around and
I get violently pissed off when I
That's
don't
why
get
you
that
go for the
seat or its
back row.
counterpart.
That makes more sense.
Oh, Iron Rose, see, here it's not first come, first serve. You actually have to reserve a spot when you buy your ticket.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, a
Dude,
lot of theaters are doing that nowadays. Especially when you actually go in, they have
Which,
of what's available and what's
Which-
been
I
blocked.
can't even remember the last time
Yeah.
I had a free-for-all for a
It's been
theater.
a long time.
Ray and I have actually gotten into arguments about what's better, because he just likes to show up to the movie theater, but I buy movie tickets like a week in advance. So, like, for me, this is great. This is like, haha, fuckers. You know?
Right.
But for him, who just shows up to movie theaters like a crazy person, you know, there you
Well,
go.
I mean, you know,
The three of us got our tickets, what, last week?
we did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and-
also like showing up spontaneously to movie theaters, but also
mean,
like,
I do
I
too.
understand the seating situation. What I did that to
It's
myself. I'm
tough.
aware. Yeah.
Speaking of theaters, me and Aaron are seeing Fast 9 and IMAX in 2 nights.
Ooh.
I have some disturbing news on that front, Derek.
Oh
Uh,
no!
Oh no.
That is the same night as Pirates.
I was gonna say, Sea of
Pirate
Thieves.
Night at Sea of
Pirate
Thieves,
Night.
the Pirates
Let's
Light,
go.
and I was trying to figure out a way to move that around, and I don't know if there's a way to do that,
No.
especially since Bronson announced something on Friday, I think.
And also, I canceled, like, raiding with my guild for that.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that.
Like, I told my guild, sorry, I'll pug this week. I can't make it.
I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, if Sea of Thieves was not as important to this channel as it is, I would have
Then
totally
you would
gone.
totally go.
I would totally would have
Absolutely.
been like for Fast 9 opening night. That would have been so much fucking fun.
But,
I'm unfortunately not gonna be able to make.
by the way, is anybody weirded out, like, about not having to wear masks in public?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been back for
Someone
like
who
5
works in
months now.
public.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm fully vaccinated, but I'm totally gonna wear my mask up until I have to
Absolutely.
eat.
I still bring mine everywhere because I'm not yet because of my work situation, but because I can't miss any time if I get sick right now. Yeah. But like, and I've heard the next day after you're just violently ill.
Yeah, it fucked me up when I got my first shot. Like,
so yeah, like, but I was at like 7-Eleven the other day and like just people walking in and out without masks, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
I've been bringing mine with me everywhere, but then
I leave mine and like 5 extras in the car if people need them.
But I've also been I got both of them back in January, so I'm like not as weird about it.
Yeah, so
it's still strange. Like to me, like yeah, I'm fully vaccinated. I should be fine, but I'm just the thing about Washington specifically is we're waiting for Jay Inslee to be like June 30th, everything open, and at that point I'm gonna be like,
yeah. See, we opened
now.
We opened the 1st of June, so that's when everything was just like, all right, free for all, bitches.
Yeah.
But
yep.
So yeah.
No worries if you can't make it on Thursday.
Yeah, I apologize. I want to go to that so bad, but Disney had to fucking them and Rare
release that shit.
Real goddamn time.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have this show, we would have done it like day of. Like I think it's out today.
No, it's out Thursday.
Loki is out tonight.
Not Loki.
Yeah, Loki's out tonight.
The Sea of
he's talking about Sea of Thieves. It was released today.
No. I'm just saying Loki is also out tonight. Speaking of Disney.
Yeah.
So
that in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Also, for those of you who want to play Sea of Thieves with us, on Thursday, that is community night, we're gonna get people in. Pirates came out this morning for. They did, yes. For those of you who want to play that with us Thursday we're gonna go live at 7:30ish. Do know that has an 18 gig patch right now.
Yeah.
So do not wait till the day of. Go get that shit taken care of.
Oh, I have Thursday night off. Can I join?
Yeah, sure.
So we have to figure out what our pirate team is, because I know Panda has been reserved for a while.
Yeah, so what we might have to do a rotation, because there's 5 Tall Tales. So we might have to do one group for the first one, then a different group for the second one. Because
we'll need to organize this in our Discord.
Yes, so you can get into our Discord and get on for Pirates, or you can just watch for Pirates, either way. And then on Friday, depending on how tired I am, because this is, work has just been, it's the last week of, like, training before they start, like, doing, like, on-the-phone stuff. Yeah. So it's been...
to the wild.
So, yeah, so it's just like, cram all of this in your brain! And, like, yeah, I'm still, like, acing my tests and whatnot, but I'm also just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I kind of want to stream that Kakarot DLC I picked up, or Psychonauts, because Psychonauts 2 is coming, but I also may just choose, hey, you know what sounds good? Sleeping. So Friday,
pretty good.
You're not wrong.
Friday, you may get some sort of solo stream from me, we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we love ya. Our schedule for the rest of the week is tomorrow. We are continuing our playthrough of all the Halo games. And continuing Halo 4 with me, Quinn, and Johnny. Then on Thursday it is Pirate Night. We're going to be doing some of the Sea of Thieves. And then on Sunday it is Super Gamecast 2, which is our gaming and nerd culture, nerd really everything podcast, where we talk about gaming news, gaming everything. Here's a Spotify link for that if you're interested. And if you're more of the iTunes kind of person, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. We love you. Emily, thank you for coming on for the first time. Thomas, thank you as always.
Yep.
Thomas, thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Thank you for being great commentary. You're all beautiful people. We always say we have the best community on Twitch. Derek, thank you for being a crazy person.
No, I really don't think I am that crazy. But...
all right, guys. Later. We love you.
See you guys.
Later, haters.